And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week, we're on a journey to a secret CIA black site that's also a prison. I can't tell you where it is. Okay, I will. Northern Oregon. Shh. Shh, shh, shh. I'm Erik. This is Darren.
Welcome into Six and Below Movie Podcast.
Cue the intro. Keep my secrets, bitches. Oh.
What is your impression of this?
Are we doing a
Without
quick
giving
one?
too much away.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Would not be a word I'd use to describe this film.
No. But other films, have you seen anything recently?
I have, yeah.
What have you seen?
So I've seen a few hit and misses. So I watched The Wolves, which is an Apple TV one with Brad Pitt and George Clooney in. That was good. I'd recommend that. It's not bad. It's kind of like they're, I think the story, well, I don't think the story, I've watched the film, but basically they're kind of like cleanup men. So if like someone needs to get rid of a dead body, they come along. Anyway, they usually work solo and they end up on the same job together, but it's good.
I wonder how you actually get a job like that.
I don't know. First of all, you've got to be good at cleaning, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've not got to be squeamish and you've got to be able to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't see it advertising, do you, in local paper?
You don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it on like Indeed or anything.
No.
Cleaner. Well, I've seen jobs for cleaners, but maybe not that job. If you see a job for a cleaner and it's like $100,000 a year, you probably know why.
Yeah, definitely. Don't ask questions there, do you?
The other film was another one on Apple TV.
You are a product of Apple.
I am a product of Apple.
You are. I don't know anybody that actually signs up to Apple TV service.
Well, I have like the bundle thing, so I just get it for part of it because I have an Apple TV in all my rooms, so.
This is what I'm talking about, folks.
Yeah, I've got literally an Apple logo on my back.
Yes,
like you do,
tattoo.
like you have on the back of your phone. I have that on my back. But anyway, the other film was a bit out there. It's called Argyle. It stars that bird out of Jurassic Park that I really didn't like, that Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, yep.
It's got her in it. It's got, who's the guy? Henry Cavill.
Right.
It's got him in it. And it's got another guy that I really like. I think his name's Sam Rockwell.
Recognised name, can't picture the face.
Yeah. So it's got them in it. And it's a bit weird. It's basically about this writer who writes spy novels like James Bond, right? But then somehow she predicts the latest story that she's writing about has actually happened. Someone's trying to kill her on it, but then there's a bit of a twist in it halfway through. I won't give it away, but it's interesting. I just think she was wrong for the part because I just don't like her in the slightest. It's like she's purely a nepotism baby, being the daughter of Ron Howard, and she's just I think she's terrible. Good series though I watched.
Yeah.
Day of the Jackal.
Yes.
On Sky.
Yeah, that's meant to be really good, isn't it?
At the time of recording, I think they've only released 5 episodes so far. I've watched them, and
is that the guy from the Fantastic Beast?
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne.
Is he dead awkward in it?
He does it really well. I thought this is going to be really weird. But the way he plays the character is really good, because I don't know if you... Obviously, it's based on a novel, I think, from like the 60s. But there was a film version of it back in the day with Bruce Willis and Richard Gere.
Oh, is it that?
Called The Jackal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically... It's that, but they've changed the story slightly. But they're both based on the same novel.
Does he dye his hair blonde?
He does put on disguises and stuff every now and then. So it's a bit like Hitman, the game. But I'd recommend it if you've not watched it yet. I'd definitely recommend it.
I've been meaning to watch that, to be honest with you.
It is good.
I like the actor, to be honest.
Yeah, but the way he plays it is fantastic. Because you think it's going to be like... Because at first I was like, oh my God, Stephen Hawking's a bloody assassin there. And then Hannah was like, my wife, she was like, oh God, no, it's the guy from Fantastic Beasts. It's Newt, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
What's his name? Newt.
But he did play Stephen Hawking as well.
Oh, he did, yeah. In the Theory of Everything. But no, he's brilliant in it. So far, anyway. Obviously, the series hasn't finished releasing. It's now releasing week by week.
So he's not dressed up yet in a wheelchair with like an automatic shotgun pops out the side.
He's not yet. He's not gone full Hawkins, but there's still time, like I say.
Still time.
What about yourself? Have you seen anything good?
No, not really, mate. I've not had much time to be honest with you. Work's been really chaos. And I started to watch half of it anyway last night.
Well,
Deadpool and Wolverine.
It's on Disney now, isn't it?
Yes.
I watched that the other night as well, yeah.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely love it. So I got halfway through, but I was a little bit tired, so I thought I'll carry on over the weekend.
Yeah, don't blame me, mate. No, it's funny.
I love it.
I think on the second watch, I didn't enjoy it as much, but it's still good. I'd still 100% recommend it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it, especially at the start.
Yeah,
He's just doing his little dance and throwing bones around from Wolverine.
Was it like bye, bye, bye from like NSYNC or something?
Bye, 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 bye. Right, we've got a new segment as well.
Have we?
We have.
When were you planning on telling me?
Right now. It's called Movie News. Movie News. Do, 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 do. Movie News.
I love the jingle.
Nice, isn't it?
You're going to have to record that now and play it every week.
We are.
Go on, give me the movie news.
So what we've decided to do.
What you've decided to do, because literally, guys, I had no idea he was doing this.
So each week, we all go bring one piece of news, which is related to movies. We'll go bring it to the table. So this week, my bit of movie news is our friend Sophie Turner is set to star as Lara Croft in Amazon Prime's adaptation of Tomb Raider.
Why?
I don't know. It's going to be awful.
Have they ever seen Lara Croft?
Mm-hmm.
Have they ever played a game of Tomb Raider?
Have they ever watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Dark Phoenix, anyone?
Yes.
What the effing Christ?
That's a helicopter.
What is?
That noise, do you not hear it?
I can't hear anything, no, I can just hear you.
Not feel the vibration.
No. Why? How low is it?
Sounded quite low.
Oh, well, no. Lara Croft, seriously.
Yes.
First of all, they're making a TV series.
Well, she's in negotiation stages.
I think they need to cancel their negotiations. My God.
Mm.
Lara Croft. Sophie Turner as Lara Croft.
Let us know
why am I saying Lana?
I don't know. Let us know your thoughts down below. What do you feel? Or how do you feel about this?
I can give you my thoughts right now. Stop it now.
Stop it.
Stop it now.
Stop it. So, what's your movie news that you're bringing to the table this week?
I don't have any because you didn't tell me we were doing this segment, you tit. I can give you a bit of news about this big girl over there that he's getting married. Or by the time this released, he will be married.
I will be married, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening next week.
Yeah. So,
ooh.
If you've got any advice for the newly married Darren, please leave it below in the comments.
Thank you very much in advance.
Yeah. Right, okay, you and Dave will live on forever.
We will.
Yeah.
We will. Let's get on to the clip quiz.
Okay.
So the clip quiz stars one of our friends behind me. Oh, one of the stars from the show, shall we say.
Oh, one of these guys?
One of these two guys.
One of these girls.
Yeah, one of these two.
Steve. Is it Steve or Steven?
Well, it's one of the Steves.
Double Steve. Double the action.
Double the damn.
Double the Steve.
If you know what film it is, let us know down below in comments, or you can contact us on
6andbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
That is right. By the way, if you skip towards the end, you can get the results.
Yeah, you can.
Private! Let me out of here! You follow Krill's orders, you're gonna go to the brig, man. Use your head. Go get my pies out of the oven.
I think I know what that might be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Was it the last bit?
Yes.
Yes.
So he does sound different though, Steve Austin, doesn't he?
Pie.
He sounds different there when he's not shouting, Steve Austin.
Yeah, it does. Vitals.
Yeah, let's do the vitals.
Let's get on with it. Released in 2012, runtime 1 hour and 30 minutes. IMDb rating 4.7.
Ooh.
That is joint with Junior and Texas Chainsaw.
If you had to choose between them three, what order would you put them in?
Junior, Texas, this.
I'd say Junior, this, and then Texas.
No, it's quite close, isn't it, between them two?
I know. I don't know. Yeah.
But Junior is goddamn awful as well.
No, Junior's good.
He's
Junior's Oscar-worthy film.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but Texas. I don't know. Actually, I'd probably rather watch Texas. I never thought I'd say them words.
I know.
I'm just thinking about this film now, and I'm like, yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Metacritic.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
No one bothered to review it. Let me guess. Amazon star rating 4.5.
No. It's 4.
Oh my god.
That's when you know it's a pile of shit.
Because every single film we've ever done has been a 4.5.
It has. Rotten Tomatoes. Critics. Not available.
So no critics even bothered watching it. To be fair, you think, so who's in this film? Steven Seagal? Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Audience. 26.
That's much higher than I thought it'd be.
Oh, yeah, I was 11.
Yeah. I was literally about to say 11, yeah.
Budget.
Well,
don't take a drink at this. 8 million.
8 million. 8 million. Now, allegedly, a lot of Seagal's films are money laundering.
Well,
what did they spend 8 million on?
I don't know. But funny enough, you can't find the box office gross for it.
Was it released in the cinema?
Probably not. That's why. So it's probably straight to a bargain bin.
Yes.
You know, when you used to go bloody Asda or something, like you get it for 25p in a corner.
Or like Blockbuster, and it'd be like a tape that they rented like once.
Yeah.
Because no one would have rented this.
Yeah.
And then put it in the bin for like £1.
Definitely like that, yes.
But $1 for you Americans out there.
Other top grossing films of 2012. Number 1, The Avengers. 2, Skyfall. 3, Dark Knight Rises.
And this one you don't know because you don't know how much it made.
Exactly.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it made at least $20. At least.
It's probably 2 DVDs. I mean,
I wonder how they do clean the money in this. How much do you think Austin got for it?
I don't know.
I reckon he probably got a couple $100,000.
I reckon he's got 2 mil.
Well, he's acted
Seagal's
in it.
got
Also...
6.
Well, he's acted in it, and he's also got
producer,
an executive producer credit as well, and so has Seagal. So, do you think he just like? Do you think Steve rang up Steve and said, "Steve, you need any money cleaning? We're making a new film." Yeah, Steve, I do, mate. He's like, right, Steve, get your ass over there.
Well, it's funny you mentioned about money laundering and stuff,
right?
Because when he first started off, he had a connection with I think it's like the Gambino family in America. Allegedly. Supposedly, one of the people who was quite high up in the Gambino family, one of his friends came in saying he's got this big up and coming star, and in walked Seagal, hair slicked back. He's going to be a big action star.
I think he's Japanese.
But have you heard about the stuff with some producer he used to work with?
No. Do you tell us?
Oh. So I can't really remember it properly, but I've watched a little bit of a YouTube clip when I was doing a bit of...
Tell us the best you can.
Yes.
Set the scene. Set the scene, Darren.
So, one of his producers that he's working with, he got into like a $500,000 debt.
The producer did?
No, Seagal with the
Seagal
producer.
Did.
Yeah, right. Refusing to pay him.
Right.
But this producer has connections with the Italian mob.
Right.
And they were shaking him down and literally kidnapped him, threw him into a car. And supposedly he was like, crying and all this stuff, pissing himself. And then he had to pay the other guy like a couple of million. There's like interest.
Oh, I'd love to see Seagal cry.
But yeah, have a look on YouTube. There's quite a lot of stuff out there, whereas him connections with the mob.
Allegedly. But yeah, did you see that that little piece of trivia I sent to you the other day? Where apparently after filming this, Steven Seagal took Steve Austin out for something to eat.
Yes.
Said, I'll treat you. I'm going to pay for everything. Ran up like a $6,000 bill because he ordered like everything on the menu twice, loads of drinks, loads of desserts. And when it came to pay up, Seagal had forgot his wallet. Where's my wallet?
Where's my wallet?
Apparently, Austin got really mad, started shouting at him in the middle of the restaurant until Seagal was like on the brink of tears. Then said, well, fine, I'll have to pay. Maxed out his credit card, maxed out his debit card, still had like $3,000 owing, and ended up having to ring the director of the film to come down and pay the rest of the bill. Allegedly. So, yeah. So, moral of the story is, don't lend money to Seagal, and don't, if he offers you to go for a meal, make sure he's got his wallet.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. Do you want to let us know your half?
Yeah, so directed-wise, so it's directed by Keon Waxman, who has 27 director credits.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so the first director credit is for a film called Almost Blue in 1996, which is 4.8. Since then, he's collaborated many times with actor Steven Seagal. In fact, with one exception, all of his directing jobs between 2009 and 2017 were projects which starred Seagal. These include such gems as the True Justice TV series, which he directed 8 episodes of, which has a 4.5 on IMDb. Force of Execution in 2013, which has a 4.3. A Good Man in 2014, which has a 4.4. And Killing Salazar, which was in 2016, with a whopping 3.7 on IMDb.
Big.
So there's some more choices for us in the future if you want to do another Seagal film.
Yep.
So someone actually wrote a script for this film. It wasn't just Steve Austin shouting and Steven Seagal whispering. So it was actually written by a chap called Richard Beatty, who has 24 writing credits on IMDb.
All right.
Yeah, 24. So his first writing credit was back in 1987 for a film called Blindside, which has a whopping 4.7. I'm starting to see a theme with some of the people involved in these films.
Yeah.
First wrote for Seagal in this film, but has been a writer on other films for him. And his TV series True Justice. He wrote 12 episodes of that TV series. He was a writer on Force of Execution, Mercenaries Absolution from 2015, which has a 4.4, and also Killing Salazar, as I mentioned before. His most recent work is A Tale of Love, which looks like an absolute classic TV movie from 2022 with a 5.4 rating on IMDb.
Ooh.
So, this film stars quite a few people, but I couldn't be bothered trying to find out who they were, so I just went for the main 2 guys.
Yeah, so don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you.
We have the 2 Stevens. We have Steven Seagal, also known as the Whisperer, or the Golden Seagull.
You know what I'm saying, mate? You know, hey.
He plays Cross, man. He plays Cross. He's an ex-mercenary who likes to touch men's feet. I don't know. Anyway, he plays a character called Cross. Steven Seagal has 58 acting credits, or money laundering scams, spelled, allegedly. His first film was back in 1988 in a film called Above the Law, which he played Nico Toscani, and that has a 6.0 on IMDb. So we could review that if we wanted, because we are 6 or below.
Mm-hmm. I think it is actually on our list.
I think his most popular films are Under Siege as Casey Ryback in 1992, which has a 6.5.
Yep, good.
Under Siege 2 as Casey Ryback again, which we have reviewed on this, if you want to go and watch that. That was a 5.6 back in 1995. Yeah. Executive Decision, he played Lieutenant Colonel Austin Travis in 1996, which also has a 6.5. Most recently, he was in a film called Beyond the Law in 2019 as someone called Augustino Finn Adair. That was his character's name in it. That has a whopping 3.7 on IMDb. Such quality films this guy makes.
Great film.
Quality films. His worst rated movies, there's 2 of them who have drawn for a whopping score of 2.7 on IMDb. Yep. And that is The China Salesman in 2017, which we actually did try to watch.
We did try, yeah.
And Attack Force from 2006, both scoring, like I say, at 2.7. His best rated film wasn't even in the starring role. It was a film called Machete from 2010. And that's a 6.6 on IMDb. That stars Danny Trejo and Robert De Niro, with Seagal in a supporting role. A little bit of trivia about our boy Steven Seagal.
Yes.
So apparently, in 1983, he broke Sean Connery's wrist when he was teaching him martial arts during the filming of Never Say Never. Has been visiting children's hospitals for more than 25 years, despite them asking him to stop. That doesn't actually say that, but and he stated he will continue to do so until the day he dies. I think we might have a bit of a Jimmy Savile situation there, allegedly. But he apparently speaks fluent Japanese.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, of course. He gained a reputation in the 80s and 90s for not pulling punches during fight scenes and deliberately hitting stuntmen.
During this, at the end, when he has a little bit of a fight,
yeah.
I think when he was holding the guy's hand back, when he was ramming his head into the sink and stuff, I was thinking, is that real blood?
Well, I was thinking, do you know when he's fighting Big Papa in the courtroom? I didn't catch the guy's name, but when he tells Seagal to fuck off, I was thinking, do you think that's real because he just didn't hold any punches and he was just beating him with a big stick?
I think so.
Fuck off.
I think so.
Also,
quickly,
go on.
On that, allegedly, one of the stuntmen, I don't know what film it is, but there was a piece of glass or a mirror, and he smashes the head into it, and it was a real mirror, and it cut all the guy's cheekbone. I can't remember what film it's from, though.
He's such a prick. Moving on to being such a prick. So he says, apparently, by most accounts, he's notoriously difficult to work with. Several actors reported arguments and even brawls with the hot-tempered actor whenever he perceives insults against his person. He is also known to openly criticize and belittle cast and crew members on set, and his bankable action hero status in the 1990s also had him often demanding script rewrites on the spot. And also, he has been rated by Saturday Night Live cast members as being the worst host that they've ever had on Saturday Night Live. To the point where he's banned from going back because he just couldn't take a joke. No, he couldn't write them either.
He's meant to have been really, really bad for it.
Yeah. So if you're getting a theme here, basically, Steven Seagal is possibly one of the worst human beings alive.
Right, okay. I'm looking through...
Allegedly.
Some of the information that I was telling you about who he owed money to.
Yeah, go on.
Right, it's a producer who has actually got links to the mob. And his name is Julius R. Nassau. Now, I'm looking through some of his producing credits. Patriot, I think that's what he might have gotten money with.
Is that the one with
a lot of his films?
Patriot with Mel Gibson? Or?
No, with Seagal.
Oh.
So we've got Patriot,
Yeah.
Fire Down Below, The Glimmer Man, Under Siege, On Deadly Ground, Out for Justice, Marked for Death. They're all Seagal films. So, as I was saying to you before, when one of the mob members said, I've got this guy up and coming.
Allegedly, it might have been him.
So it's quite coincidental that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 films with Seagal when he started his career has all got links to the mob.
Ooh, allegedly.
Not allegedly, mate. It's here on IMDb with Nassau.
Well, we don't know the full facts. We weren't there, so we can't comment. We can only say allegedly, but to be honest, it's probably happened, allegedly. Yeah, so Steve Austin. I don't know why I said it like that. It's more like Steve Austin as Manning. Which in this, I didn't know whether... Because Steven Seagal said man so many times, and he also referred to him as man sometimes as well. So it's a bit confusing with all the men kicking about. But Steve Austin on IMDb has 128 acting credits, which most of it is for WWE and wrestling.
Would you class that as an acting credit?
Yes, because it's fake and they're acting.
Well, it's fake in
it is fake.
The winner. But the stunts and everything they do is real.
Yes, but it's all choreographed, so they're basically dancers.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's more of like a Shakespeare's play.
It is, yeah, very Shakespeare-esque.
Yeah. Have you seen that one on Netflix yet? About McMahon?
I've watched some of it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Vince McMahon. So his first role, right, was he starred in one episode of One Life to Live in 1977. which is a long-running daytime drama in America that ran from 1967 to 2013. So he had one role in that.
Yeah, was it like a janitor in the background?
Possibly. It
can't-
didn't say.
See him doing a lot of lines.
No, I can't see him. He barely managed it in this.
Well,
Like I say, most of his credits for wrestling work.
Yep.
So films he has starred in. He starred in The Longest Yard back in 2005, which is a 6.4. He played Guard Dunham.
film, that.
He was in a film called The Condemned in 2007, and he played a guy called Conrad. That's a 6.0. He was in The Expendables as Payne back in 2010,
yeah.
which is a 6.4. He was in a film called Hunt to Kill as a guy called Jim Rhodes in 2010 also. That was a 5.1. He was in a film called Tactical Force as Tate in 2011, which was a 4.7.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was also had a small part in Grown Ups 2 as Tommy Kavanagh from 2013, and that's a 5.4. So we could review that. I'm pretty sure, I think he's plays like his childhood bully in it, grown up. Or something.
Yeah, you suit that role.
Yeah. So a bit of trivia. Adam Sandler ranks him as one of his all-time favourite co-stars. So he got his nickname, Stone Cold Steve Austin, from his ex-wife, who was British, because only British could come up with a good name like that.
True.
Yeah. So apparently she served Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Steve Austin as he was known at the time, or Stunning Steve Austin, he was known at the time, a cup of tea. And she said, you better drink that before it goes stone cold. And he was like, you know what? Fucking nail on the head, bitch.
PG tips.
PG tips.
No,
and she's like, no,
Steve.
You're missing the point, mate. So yeah, anyway, he came up with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ah, right, okay.
So basically, when he's saying I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, I don't know what he says. I've never watched wrestling, but he's actually talking about a cup of tea.
Right.
His professional debut as a wrestler. Let me start again. His professional debut as a wrestler.
Yep.
Was under his real name, and he defeated Frogman LeBlanc.
Oh, Frogman, yeah.
Guess how much he got paid?
$40.
Yes, because I told you before, you prick. He got $40, which in today's money is about $2,000.
About that, yeah.
His real name is Stephen James Anderson. So Steve James Anderson. If you don't know what we're getting at, it's from Steve James from American Ninja. And then that's it, because I could not be fucked doing any more of the cast list, because all of them were like no-named kind of Steven Seagal worshippers. Huh?
Not Blake?
Didn't do any of them. Couldn't be fucked.
Don't blame you.
I don't care what they've been in. I mean, the fact that they're in a Steven Seagal film, they're down on the look at this. They don't need me rubbing it in.
True.
I mean, imagine like being an actor.
Yeah.
And then someone saying, your agent ringing you saying, I've got your role in a film. And you're like, oh, really? Yeah, it's a feature film, $8 million budget and all stuff like that. You're like, okay.
What's it about? Black Ops sort of going inside a jail. Oh, yeah, quality.
We're going to be filming on location and all sorts. It's going to be ace, I've got you a good deal, $20,000 or something. Oh, right. Start Steven Seagal. What? I beg your pardon. Steven Seagal? No, mate. That is like the movie star version of going on I'm a Celebrity or Into the Big Brother house. It's like, your career's at the end when you're working with fucking Steven Seagal. Or in these people's, with these people, it's like your career never started because you're associated with Steven Seagal.
True.
It's
true.
It is. You just would not.
No.
Fire your agent.
Yep. Get them binned straight away.
Yeah.
General notes.
I've got a few general notes, but do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Go on.
My first general note.
Yep.
I didn't have a clue what the fuck was going on, because throughout the whole movie, Seagal is whispering, Stone Cold is muttering like some redneck and just mumbles every single line of dialogue. It's that bad. I had to watch it in subtitles.
I did. And even the subtitles are wrong.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know what he said, but it wasn't that.
Literally. I was watching it with my missus, and Seagal came over, and then Austin, and when they both meet at the front.
Yeah.
She's like, what did he just say? I was like, not got a clue.
Steve Austin's like, hey, man. And Steven Seagal's like, man.
Hey, man,
but the thing is, he sounded all the way through the film like, I don't know, like he worked in like a jazz bar or something, and he was trying to be like one of them hit people from like the '70s.
Like a gangbanger.
Like, hey man, it's okay, man. I'm surprised he didn't pull out a joint at one point and go, it's okay, man. I'm gonna play my saxophone, and it's gonna be okay, man. You just do you, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I didn't know whether he was calling Steve Austin man or whether he was just saying man. Because sometimes he wasn't even with him and he was saying man.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Chill the fuck out, man.
Yep. It was like that. Okay, what's with the movie title?
Maximum Conviction. I don't know because, yeah, it's in a prison.
There's no conviction.
There's no one's been convicted. No one in that prison has been convicted. And
was it a prison or was it an asylum?
Well, it was supposed to be a CIA kind of black site that's being shut down. But the question I have is, like, the prisoners that are in there, it's like, surely if you're in a black site, you're there because you're some kind of terrorist or something that needs to be off the books. But they just seem like normal, bog standard prisoners who just wanted to get a nut.
Yep.
It just, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Did you hear, though? I think I read somewhere that the place that they filmed it at, I think was an old, it might have been an asylum or a juvenile centre or something like that. And I think they were halfway through filming, and then another film production came in because they had dibs on the place and they had to move out and film somewhere else. What was the name of the film now? It was some, oh God.
I did see that as well in the trivia.
Yeah, it was some...
And they had to film the rest of the film in a boiler room.
Yeah. Basically, that's what it looked like, you know?
Was.
But yeah, I can't remember what the name of the film was. It was a bigger budget and a bigger, well-known film than this was. But yeah, they basically got kicked out. They were like, "You got another filmer?" It's like, "I see Steven Seagal over there. Yeah, kick him out.
Get rid."
Yeah, but he's got the mob here. I don't give a fuck.
Get him out.
Get him out.
Last one.
Go on.
You've got to love the security cameras.
Yes.
The security cameras. There's one scene where the two of the girls are running through a corridor, and literally you can see behind Steven Seagal on the screen somebody running with a camera in front of them. The camera is bobbling up and down as they're running.
Yeah. So they're both supposed to be fixed cameras, and we've mentioned this in films before, haven't we? And they're basically just using the same footage as they've used for the film.
They do that as well.
Yeah.
So many times.
It's stupid. So
last one, sorry.
Go on.
Transitions.
Right.
Goddamn awful.
The whole filming was goddamn awful. I mean, I don't know if it's the director of photography or whatever, or whether it was done in the editing room or what, but someone was smoking crack that day.
So bad. It's dead janky. You get CCTV cameras where it's like fuzzy, as if like a ghost just walked past or something.
It's weird. So constantly they're switching. So my notes are constantly they're switching the security camera shots, right? And really they need to update. I know they're closing the place down, but you'd think they'd have better security system because not only the black and white, they're jittery as fuck. And when you actually do see the console that they use to watch the cameras on, the size of the place and the amount of cameras that they have, you'd think they'd have more than four little screens which look like there's something off fucking Fallout.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
But like I say, the screens, it looked like they had like a little green screen and they're just putting their own clips in front of it.
Basically, I think that's what they did. But not one point during the film, whenever they needed to see someone on the camera, it was just there in front of them. No. When in reality, when you've only got 4 screens but you've got 12,000 fucking security cameras, you'd be like, go back, which one? Oh, you gone past it again. Trying to get to the right freaking feed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, automatically it must just read their mind because it's like, I wonder where Seagal is now. And then it just, bing! Oh, there he is.
Motion sensor.
It must be. I don't know. It must be. It's stupid. And then the other thing is Cross and Manning, Seagal and Stephen, right, are supposed to be. So Manning is there to close the place down, right? He's been sent in, he's been asked by Seagal to come along and help close down a black site. Why? I don't fucking know.
Nope.
But why is it that both of them just seem to be running the place? I mean, at one point, I think
exactly.
Manning goes from a security expert to a weapons expert to janitor to garbage repairman.
Yeah.
And it's like, what job do you have in this fucking prison?
Yep.
Because technically you don't work there. You're a security contractor. You're a contractor, right? But yet you seem to be running the place, and not only that, doing every fucking job in the place.
Yeah.
Including being a janitor at one point.
Yeah.
And a repairman.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your job here? What is your job? Why?
But even the warden.
Why?
The warden I thought Steven Seagal was the warden or something at first.
It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense because why would you, as Steven Seagal, first of all, why are you even there? If you're some kind of tactical genius, I think they call him, why are you at a black site in Northern Oregon? Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. A black site somewhere, right? First of all, why is there a black site on US soil to begin with? Usually they're overseas because then they don't have to abide by, like Guantanamo Bay.
Yep.
You know,
in Cuba for a reason.
Yeah. So, first of all, why are you calling him in to do it? And then he calls Steve Austin in and says, "Do us a favor, mate. I know you like this special ops kind of badass weapons expert, and you run teams and stuff like that, but the warden needs you to come and do some administrative duties, to try and shut down this black site, start moving everything out." And he's gone, "You know what? Count me in.
Count me. Hold my beer."
Yeah, I've got like they're having a discussion. Do anyone who's like really good at closing places down and stuff like that? Perfect guy. What's his resume? Army, special ops, security. Has he ever been in a prison before? And he's like, no. Anyway. So my rant's coming to an end. So my note was, why are Cross and Manning running the prison if they are security?
Oh, it's a long way around.
Yes. So that was a long way round.
It was.
So anyway, that's the end of my notes. Anyway.
Right. Should we get onto the movie notes?
Yeah.
So this is where we go scene by scene, walk you through it, exactly what happens. And hopefully you can keep up because we struggled watching it, keeping up.
Mate, this was painful. Painful to watch.
Worse than American Ninja?
Worse. This is the worst one. I'd say, no, I was going to compare it with Rebel Moon, but this is better than Rebel Moon. Dragon Ball was more interesting than this.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At least you can actually follow the story on that.
Yes. Yeah. This 40 minutes of this hour and a half film was just watching people walk around in rooms with guns.
It's so bad that, wasn't it?
Just constantly. It's like, oh, we need a bit of filler. Oh, we'll just have someone walk down a corridor with guns.
But it's not like a 10-second clip. It's like a 4-minute clip of him just walking through a corridor.
Yeah, constantly. And then it'd cut to like Seagal, and then he'd whisper something, and then he'd cut to Austin, he'd shout something, and then it's like, right, more guys walking through a room. And it was just like that over and over and over and over and over and over again. So enjoy this, guys. So
enjoy it. So we did.
Because if you're wondering what this film is about, we're about to tell you scene by scene. If you're enjoying it so far, please hit that like and subscribe button. Remember, we need to give Darren some advice for getting married to Dave. He's not. He's actually getting married to a woman, would you believe? I don't believe it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's get into the film.
Yeah, so it opens up, and we have a quick shot of US military site D486 decommissioned.
All right, okay.
It says that. I missed it the first time, but I spotted it the second time. I was like, what the fuck did that just say?
Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
And then we see a random shot on a surveillance tape of Steven Seagal bringing in his next victims. And then we get random shots then of one of his victims having candid photos taken.
Yeah, the Asian bird sat there on a park bench, somebody popping their head out of a bush, taking pictures and popping back down.
I think it was Seagal.
I think it might have been.
But Seagal's like, I'll take that one. And then
how
he's
would
like...
he hide in the bush, though?
How would Seagal?
Yeah.
Well, he's very quiet, isn't he?
He's very not small either.
No, and he's not very limber either, so... No.
I've got some stuff about that later.
Maybe he had one of his... Well, do you know his men that he's trained and has? So I'm going to call them throughout. Bradley. I'm going to be calling them the Seagull Squad.
Seagull Squad, yeah.
Or the SS for short.
Yeah, I like that.
So maybe you got one of the SS to do it?
Possibly, yeah. So, they seem like they could hide in a bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seagal, no.
Seagal, no, not quite.
No,
I don't think
quite.
he could crouch down, let alone... And if he did crouch down, I don't think he'd get back up.
I believe he had to get one of his cast members to tie his lace.
He probably did, to be fair.
Hey, man, get over here. Release, you know.
The only time I seen him move faster than a slow walk was when he ran across the car park at one point, and I was like, is that a stuntman?
I think it was.
It didn't look like him. And when I say run, it was a very slow jog.
He's just lost 10 stone.
I know. But then he's dropping the two women off into the prison in handcuffs. So he's like, I'm just going to leave these two here for later. These are my dinner. And it's like, right, okay. So you're allowing him to bring his victims in now.
Crack on, mate. Even though it's meant to be like an all-male jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, I was just in Oregon, a local bar, and I fancied these two. So I followed one, took some photos, and then I took my time to pounce.
Think he's Buffalo Bill?
He might be. Think you have to put the lotion in the bucket, else you get the hose again.
Yeah. Like sitting there, pretending he has to get a couch in the back of the van.
Maybe he comes
Pushes
over
him in.
Hey man, I'm a little bit stoned over here. Will you help me get my couch into a van, man? And they're like, mind speaking up a bit, mate?
So like, what? When he comes close, grabs him.
Yeah. Right. Does his little.
That's his secret weapon, though, isn't it? It gets people off the guard.
Yeah,
because they're like, what are you saying, mate? So they put their head
coming
closer.
a bit closer. Yeah. That's it.
And his little arms.
Man, I'm going to take you to the blood bank, sit at the train. To the blood bank. And then he grabs the pinky or does whatever he does with the hands, and they're all like, oh, it hurts so much. And like, come on, into the van, you. And then he takes it to the prison, and they're like, I don't know why he's picked me up here. I mean, one of them's clearly a hooker. And
clearly is, mate. And it seems to be the next day now. Well, so I'm guessing anyway.
Yeah. And now for some reason we're in Northern Oregon State.
Yeah. So the next guard shift, and we start to meet Manning for the first time. And honestly, I don't have a clue what's happening here.
No, so Manning comes out to meet some guys who have just pulled up, and he goes, there's some kind of delay with the prisoner transfer.
You can't understand the word he's saying.
No.
According
to the subtitles, it went something along the lines of, excuse me, sirs. Why don't you go wait in the local bar, because we're running a bit late because the prisoner transport's not here yet.
Tip, tally-ho.
Tip, tally-ho. Get me a pint in, will you, sir? Here's £5 for the pleasure.
So I'm going to skip over that lot.
Yeah,
literally nothing happens anyway. Next scene, we see guard Fields giving out food to 3 inmates that are based in this place. Now, he drops a note on the floor as he makes a mistake when Terrence comes walking in.
Yeah, so he's looking at a little slip of paper, this Fields guy, almost like he's trying to learn to read, because he's looking at it to say, what are these weird figures? Are these words?
Words?
And then,
Numbers.
like you say, and then Terrence comes along, so he's like, shit, tries to put it into his prison pocket, misses because Terrence throws him a burrito across the room. And then they have some fucking weird conversation about how the woman in the kitchen has made Terrence these lovely burritos and maybe he's going to marry her. And then they have some conversation about making her his wife.
I skipped over all that.
And how Fields is saying, oh, you'll be really better off for it and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what's this got to do with anything?
Nothing. Nothing. And the way he eats that burrito is like a proper tramp. He's walking around, his mouth is open.
Yeah.
Like a cow grazing on some grass.
You know what?
And he's eating it for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
He has it in his hand for like 5 or 6 scenes. Like, dude, have you not finished that yet?
So Fields fucks off thinking that he's managed to slip it into his prison pocket. But no, Terrence finds it on the floor, picks it up, and then even he looks at it and puts it up to the light, and he's like, if only they taught us to read in the army. Rolls it back up, puts it in his pocket, and it's like, what?
I'll keep that to later.
I don't know.
Next scene, a bin wagon turns up to clear the rubbish compactor. Now, here's one for you.
Go on.
Did you notice the company name?
I was just about to say this.
Was Troy.
Troy Disposal.
As in the wooden horse that sneaks guard into the city of Troy.
As in the Trojan horse.
And the logo was a horse's head.
Yep, the Trojan horse.
I like that. I did like that. I thought, a little bit too clever that for Seagal.
I know. I know. Someone else must have come up with that. But it's checked by security at the front gate, which don't do a very good job.
No, just get a mirror and go underneath it. They don't
Just,
check
yeah.
the back of it.
They don't bother checking the back, no. Like, well, clearly it's a rubbish truck. There's only going to be rubbish in there. There's not going to be about 50 mercenaries, but we'll get to that in a bit.
We will.
Yeah. So then, Cross and Manning meet each other. The Cross and Manning, Cross and Manning, should I say, have a shouty and whisper chat.
You need subtitles for this bit. It's ridiculous.
You do.
I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. What the hell the plot was happening.
I didn't. On my first watch, because I did end up watching this 2.5 times. On my first watch, I got halfway through and fell asleep. On my first watch, I didn't watch it with subtitles on, and I'm like,
I didn't either.
The fuck are they talking about? And then it turns out with the subtitles on that they're waiting for a transport for their prisoners. Because of course they are.
Yep.
Manning has been sent, like I said, to shut down some buildings for some reason. And Seagal basically calls them both old and says we'll be heading to Mexico in a few days because, you love them Mexican women and stuff and young boys.
He also mentions, Seagal mentions, doesn't he, about shutting down all the comms, the computers.
Yeah. So he says,
no phone lines.
I wrote down when he said, I took us off the grid, man. Phones, computers, satellites, everything. Because I wrote down the fact that he says everything. I took us off grid, man. Phones, computers, satellites, everything. And that's literally what he talks like. But did you see that stupid laugh he does? Because the first time I watched it, it's like them two are chatting, don't know what the fuck they're saying, and all of a sudden it cuts to Seagal and he goes, and it's like, what did he say that was funny? Nothing. So, because the warden arrives and he isn't happy because he's in a film with Steven Seagal and Steve Austin. That is like the low point of his career.
That's the only way I found out what was happening, because what the warden was saying.
Yeah.
I was like, right, okay, so they're closing it down and it's no longer a black site, and these two looking after the prisoners, and 2 prisoners came in last night which were not meant to be coming in.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be shutting it down, and they're like, Cross or Steven, why did you bring in 2 victims, prisoners last night, and put them in my cells for holding for your creepy ass sex games?
Yes.
And he's like, listen, man, I've got everything, man. I'm such a man. This is my man, Manning, man, jazz man. And
he's like, hey, what are you on about? What?
And apparently the most security contractors and the warden doesn't like them very much, is the gist we get.
That's the gist of it. Now, again, this bit doesn't make sense.
Yeah, go on.
So we've already seen Fields feeding prisoners in a different cell block.
Right. Did we, though?
Yes. Because he had the food trays and he was handing them out.
I thought it was Terrence that was doing it.
No, Fields first. That's when he had the note. Then Terrence came in and took over.
Right.
So then he takes the food tray. Then it cuts over to the other scenes, and then you see Terrence now in Block G. That is the only place that has any remaining prisoners. Right? There's no prisoners on site. Other than the 2 victims
that Seagal has brought in, yeah.
Only on that one. Yeah? So then, but yeah, there's no other prisoners in there, so who was he feeding them to? That's got to be a movie error or something.
Yeah, it must be.
Because you see him walk down the corridor, then into G block, and then starts feeding the prisoners. And then this is where the prisoners overact the shit out of everything, like start banging on glass and all that stuff.
See, I thought Fields was just there trying to read his little role, like, because he's never read before. And then Terrence comes in, bringing the food through from the kitchen, chucks Fields a burrito from the pile of food. And then they have a little chat. Fields walks off.
No, he had the tray already.
And then, and then Terrence goes through into Block G with the food to feed the prisoners. No, I don't know then. I'd have to watch it.
He got the tray.
I don't want to watch
the food cart off him.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what threw me off. It's like,
he goes into cell Block G, and like you say, the prisoners are for some reason all shouting and banging at the doors for no reason whatsoever. Like I say, they make these prisoners out like they're just normal, everyday, federally incarcerated prisoners, but they're not. They're supposed to be what I assume are off the books, black site people, not just common thugs, but you'd think it would be like, maybe a few terrorists in there, maybe some criminal kind of masterminds or something.
It's like a mental asylum.
It is like a mental asylum.
Crazy.
But then then the big fella in the courtyard, when he knocks on the window and says, "Come on, your food's here. Come on, exercise over," starts twatting shit out of one of the guards.
Yeah, because he was trying to sell them cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And he won't buy them.
Cheeseburgers, man.
Some cheeseburgers,
Man, I'll suck your dick.
So he beats the fuck out of one guard. Guess what happens?
Well,
in rolls Seagal.
The thing that gets me before this, rather than him or the woman MP that are both stood there, he just goes, I'm just going to watch this through the window. Radios through and goes, we've got a code red here. No rush.
Yeah, one of the prison guards are on the floor, half dead.
Literally, the guy, Big Papa, I didn't catch his name, but picks him up, holding him up against the window like that, twatting shit out of him. And he just goes, we've got a code red over here. And the guy in the control room is just like, pressing something. You see a flash of him pressing something on his computer. Tick box code red.
I mean, would you go out there one-on-one?
No.
No.
But if my job is to be a prison guard and a prisoner starts beating shit out of one of my fellow colleagues, then I'd maybe do more than just radio saying code red. And maybe, I don't know. Well, to be honest, I'm a pussy, so I probably wouldn't do anything, yeah.
No.
I'd be Terrence.
But luckily, in rolls Seagal. What's the problem, man? What's the problem? He uses his trademark bullshit-edo to knock the guy clean out.
Oh, this fight is just ridiculous.
It's stupid, right? The guy is some big dude, right?
Yeah.
It looks like he's got pillows underneath his top and stuff. He's fucking huge. Why would you start a fight by thinking you're fucking Rhino from Spider-Man?
He runs at him, doesn't he?
Head first.
Yeah.
Puts his head down, charges at him, and then Seagal just pops him on his head.
Yeah, because like you say, he runs and charges at him, but all I seen Seagal do was slap his cheeks. I don't know what he did, but like the guy just literally lost momentum like that just because Seagal willed it. And I mean, I'm not being funny. If that big fella, because he was a big fella,
it's about 25 stone.
Yeah, if he ran at you like he did, no matter what you're putting in front of him, you're moving backwards. You're not just stopping him dead just by giving him a quick on his cheeks or whatever the fuck he did.
That's true.
It's almost like when you watch them things on YouTube when you watch like these
demonstrations,
yeah. Or even of Seagal, but I've seen others where you have these people who think that they have powers and they can stop people with their minds.
Yeah, and for
then
example,
they end up going up against an actual fighter and getting twatted.
Yeah, like for an example, you get like the old guy who's meant to be the master, and you have 10 people lined up back to back, and he pushes one of them, and then chain reaction knocks every single one of them flying.
Or you even get somewhere they'll run at them and they'll just go like that, swipe the air or something, and they go, and fall over. It was like that. That was what Seagal did. The guy run over and he just went tap, 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 stopped him dead in his tracks.
It would have been more believable when he charged at him if he used the guy's momentum against him, like sidesteps and threw him into the wall or something.
But that would involve Steven Seagal moving from the spot he was in.
True. He can't do that.
All he does, because if you notice, anytime he does like kind of do a little kick or anything like that, or a little, I think the highest his leg got was like the shin.
Yep. It reminded me of.
You never see the top of him, so it's obviously like a stunt double or something. Well,
it reminded me of Cartman.
Why?
Cartman from South Park would try and kick a ball or something. His little leg,
yeah,
literally his legs come up to, like say, to his shin.
Yeah,
his little leg flat out, stuck on a wire. You look flat out. It's like
basically that's what Seagal is like. He's like, have you seen the South Park episode when they take the piss out of him?
Yeah,
funny as fuck. but then somehow the big fella then runs over to the bench. It's got like a wooden bench with slats on, and he manages to pull one of them off somehow, just in one pull, and then starts trying to hit Seagal with it, but no, Seagal's way too good for that, manages to get it off him, and then starts beating him with it.
I think that was like real hits on him.
I think it was.
And when he grabbed his wrist, because they are proper pressure points.
Yeah.
When you like hold your wrist on a certain angle. I think he was doing it real hard.
I think he was.
Because it's either that or that big guy was a good actor when he was screaming, going, "Fuck! Get off!"
Because, Seagal goes, okay, come here now, and then some kind of manipulates him, and the guy does nothing to struggle or anything like that, really, to start with, and he has him in a little bit of a chokehold, and then his hand folded back a bit, and he's going, and then it's as he's leaving, you hear him going, fuck you, man, and that's when I was saying, I think maybe because Seagal hasn't held his punches, or he has been using the actual pressure points and stuff like that he's actually hurt the guy, and the guy's telling him to fuck you.
I reckon so. I really do.
He's such a prick. I hate Seagal.
And now, for no reason whatsoever, Stephen Austin has taken over.
Oh, wait.
the role of
Terrence gives
management.
him the slip of the paper, doesn't he?
Ah, yeah, I forgot that bit, yeah.
So he goes, ignore this, it smells of shit, but I think some of the... But he says, going back to like where they were when he found the slip and stuff like that, he was nowhere near the prisoner cells at that point. But he gives it to Seagal and he says, I found this, I don't know what it means, but I think it's coded messages that the prisoners are passing to each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it was nowhere near the cells, you found it on the floor. Random.
With no prisoners. There's no prisoners in that cell.
No, there's not.
Now, for some reason, Steve Austin is taking the role of waste management.
Yeah, this is what I meant before. He's definitely a jack of many trades, isn't he?
Exactly, because he clocks on like the bin wagon. He clocks on like the bin wagon driver. His name tag says Max, but in manifest says Rick.
Yeah,
so he starts getting suspicious straight away.
He just gets on that guy's back like straight away.
Straight away, mate.
There should be like no suspicion. He's just there to empty the freaking bins, and he's just like, "Why's your name wrong? Why are you here, boy?"
Well, after the overtime. No, Max got his foot ran over.
That's it. He has nothing better to do, so he just walks in and goes, "Give me that clipboard. I'm taking over now. This is my wing."
Quite aggressively as well.
Yeah,
it is actually really aggressive.
But then, the driver, like you say, makes up an excuse about the other guy getting his foot run over.
Yep.
And then he's there trying to rack up some overtime for his wife's birthday.
Just go with it. Just go with it, Steve. Why are you so paranoid?
Manning just out of nowhere and says, "Well, get on this job so I can get the fuck out of here." And it's like, fucking hell, dude, give the guy a break. He's literally just arrived.
I think it's because Manning was so hostile towards him. He's dead nervous, and that's what broke the machine.
Yeah.
That's why the truck got stuck then.
Well, yeah. So he does some kind of... He turns the machine on, he brakes, like you're saying, and he tries to move the truck, and he's like, "Oh, it's stuck." And it's like, how?
And why is it diesel fumes?
This is another bit I don't get.
Coincidental.
Yeah, so now does diesel fumes come in from the compactor? So Seagal is going to now have to move the prisoners because someone can smell a bit of fucking diesel?
Because they share the same ventilation system.
Apparently, as the waste compactor. That's a great design of a prison, isn't it?
Yeah. So cell block G, or D in this...
Or B, whoever it is, yeah.
Smells of shit constantly. And they're like, "Oh, wait. Can't smell turd anymore, but I can smell a bit of diesel, so it must be something wrong."
They're like, "Oh, I can smell a bit of diesel over here, brother." And he's like, "Yeah, I can smell it over here too. I don't want my victims smelling of diesel, man."
That's it. So his two victims are actually on cell block D.
Yeah.
Now they want to move him to G instead.
With the men for some reason.
As you do.
But even when he goes through to move them, and the woman MP comes out and goes, "I can smell diesel over here." And then Seagal goes, "Yeah, I'm moving the prisoners as we speak." You're not, though. You stood there talking.
Yeah, you don't walk past her yet.
Yeah. You're not moving anyone while we speak at all.
And he gets on the radio to bloody Manning. He goes, "Hey, brother, I don't think any of us are going to make it out of here tonight." But later on, he's down the bar getting pissed.
Oh, no. As soon as his first chance he gets.
Straight away. It's like, "Yeah, brother, we're not going anywhere tonight, man. We're both going to be staying here all night."
Yeah, man.
No, you're not, are you, mate? He's chucking fucking JD down you in a bit.
First chance you get, you're off to the fucking bar. But then he grabs the woman. So it's a Chinese woman and a Latino woman. I didn't bother to learn the names.
It's Susan.
Is it? Which one's Susan?
Samantha. Sorry, it's Samantha and right.
Which one's do?
Right. So Samantha is the I'll go through my notes. That's all.
Oh.
I'm trying to find. Yeah. So Samantha is. I don't want to give it away. Is the one that's not Asian,
right?
And then the Asian one is Charlotte.
Yeah. Right. So Charlotte is moaning that she's a foreign national and her government doesn't know where she is.
Sorry, Samantha. Is the Asian.
Samantha is moaning that she's a foreign agent and her government doesn't know where she is.
Oh, coincidence.
What, is she Canadian?
Yeah.
It's like she's not a foreign national in the slightest.
Nope.
So Manning. So then, as he's transferring the prisoners, Manning appears from nowhere and goes, "I'm going to have to get some tools for maintenance because I'm going to be janitor now." And it's like, oh, okay. And he's like, Manning, just out of curiosity, at what time do you become the cook? Because I'm hungry.
Well, she's still here, isn't she?
Get your ass down the kitchen. So, and then I thought it was quite funny because one of them, whichever fucking woman it is, not the Chinese one, the other one, says, they sure have some ugly janitors around here. And he's like, who let the hooker in? And it's like, she's not a hooker. Well, and even if she was, I paid for her already, so.
Yeah, it's like, I've kidnapped her.
Like, don't talk to my women. So as they move through Block G, all the male prisoners just start having a sniff for some reason. They're all at the door like that. I can smell pussy. And Seagal's like, these are mine. Dibs. Yeah?
Yeah, I've completely lost where I am at my notes. Carry on.
Oh, so then we go to fixing the truck, as it says in my notes. So we go back to the compactor room, and the driver is trying to fix the compactor. Seagal decides to fuck off for a pint.
And now, there we go.
Manning is not a trash compactor repairman, and he's going to take a look. I've put on my notes. And he's got a spanner shoved down the back of his pants now.
Why?
I don't
he has that
know.
all the way through the film, you know.
Does he?
Yeah, on the back of his waist pants, he's running around with a gun with a spanner.
But then as Cross, or Seagal, is leaving the compound as he's driving off, a bunch of US Marshals with marshals on the side of their van drive past him. Or he takes a corner and they drive up towards the prison.
Yep.
So now we're at the bar. And they're all getting pissed in the bar. Bradley arrives after running a bit late. Right?
Did you notice he just robbed a drink casually?
Yeah.
Just steals a drink off the side, drinks it and fucks off.
Off the waitress, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's about to fulfill an order on a tray and he just goes, cheers, love. It's like, what the fuck?
What you doing? It's 10 quid, mate.
I know.
What you doing?
Imagine doing that in an actual bar.
Mm.
But then Seagal gives him the rolled up piece of paper because he has a funny feeling about this one.
Yes.
He's like, hey man, I don't know how to read, but I know you can read, so I didn't know if you wanted to have a look at these words, man.
Dialogue for this.
Yeah, go on.
This is what he actually.
Yeah.
This is what he's written in his script.
Yeah. I've got it written down here as well.
It looks like an American ambulance, and the Americans are real. So have a look at that, and I'll come down in a minute.
Yeah. What is that about?
What?
See, I didn't know whether it was the subtitles getting it wrong, but I couldn't tell what he was saying that was different. But yeah, he literally says it looks like an American ambulance and the Americans are real.
I was thinking, did Joe Biden write this?
I think he must have. He must have.
It is so weird. It's like, mate, that made no sense whatsoever.
Well, that is literally word for word what the subtitles say, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Because I had to wind it back. I was like, what's he just said? Because he literally mutters.
Yeah.
When he's whispering that quietly, it's like, which is doing Americans, you know, in the Americans are real.
Americans are real, man.
Steve. Speak your words, please.
Yeah. Use your... Well, I would say use your outdoor voice. He clearly doesn't have an indoor one, does he?
No, not really.
But luckily, codes are Bradley's speciality.
They really are, because he cracks them straight away. Yeah. And it turns out it's digits for times and locations for where the marshals are going to be taking their route to pick up the prisoners. It's
daft, though, right? Because in between this, we get a shot of the marshals arriving at the base. But now, so we had a shot of Seagal just leaving the base and the marshals drive past. But now it feels like it's about 4 hours later because it's dark outside and the marshals have only just arrived at the base.
Mm-hmm.
And then Manning... It then cuts to Manning, who is helping fix the trash compactor, and for some reason he's got his head in a hole in the side of it with loads of wires over him, and he just looks like he's taking a nap.
He does.
I've just put Manning as his head in a bunch of wires and decides to have a nap because he's not doing anything. It's just a load of wires underneath his head's in it, and he's just like
just pretty much, mate. Yeah. So after they've actually cracked this note, right. Instead of telling the local police or the FBI or any authority,
they're not allowed to know about this base, though, are they?
So their best option is to go in guns blazing.
Well, that's it, because that's the bit I got.
To go straight in guns blazing.
Yeah, because Bradley says to him, or like you say, I think it's a code. I think it's about information about the times the marshals are traveling, and he thinks a dirty guard has been passing information on. So Seagal says to the Bradley, well, we need to get tacked up, man. We need to put our tactical gear on, man, and head to the prison. And like you're saying, so you have a slight suspicion that someone's been passing notes about what time the marshals are arriving, but you don't have any other context about why they're doing that.
Nope.
You don't know anything's taking place. You don't know when it's going to take place or anything. But like you say, the best idea they've got is let's just get all our tactical gear on and our guns and break into a fucking prison.
Yeah.
A black site. A CIA black site. But if Bradley isn't 100% sure of the code, why would Seagal tell him to break into a prison through the tunnels? And then, even though Bradley...
He didn't go through a tunnel.
No, but he does say to him, go through the access tunnels.
They didn't do it either.
No.
Went through the fucking delivery area.
Yeah. Right. So, but then, because Seagal whispers, even though they've just had this conversation in front of everyone, Bradley then has to relay to the men and say, right, guys, we're going to have to tack up and everything, and we're going in through the tunnels. And I'm like, are you just repeating that because Seagal's like, Chippy said to tack up to the tunnels.
You got your back's like,
real.
What was that? What was that, mate?
Yeah.
I think they
Stupid.
So Terrence is now running the front desk for some reason, and the fake US Marshals are trying to gain access to the prison, but the paperwork only states they're transferring 2 prisoners and not the 6 that was previously booked.
So the question about this, right? So Terrence is looking through the paperwork, and again, I don't think this guy can read because he's looking through it, and he looks through it again, and he looks through it again, and he goes, I think all the paperwork's fine, but I can't authorize this. And it's like, if you can't approve the transfer, why have they sent you to meet the marshals?
Yeah. Not only that, if the paperwork is all incorrect and he can't give his authorization for it, why do you invite him in for a cup of tea and a burrito?
I don't know.
Because he lets 2 of them in and says, we'll cook you some food, it's going to be a long night.
We'll see if Esmeralda's or whatever her name is still in the kitchen. No.
Security protocol, you stay outside, we don't know who you are, you're not coming inside the jail. Simple as that.
The thing is, as well, I'm pretty sure that the fact that the whole reason Manning and Cross had their knickers in a twist in the first place was because the marshals were running late to transfer their 2 prisoners out of there. Now, the marshals have arrived and the paperwork says they're only taking 2 prisoners. So what's the issue?
There's no issue.
Exactly.
I think there's a huge twist to this, right? They are legitimate US Marshals working with CIA.
Yeah.
But Seagal comes over, starts killing them outside. It's like, Stephen, they're the real guys. So that's why everything starts happening the way it does, because they've been defensive and not attacking. It's Seagal who's doing the attacking.
Maybe.
Would be.
Well, at this point, we then cut to the garbage truck, and there's guys inside getting ready.
Okay, right.
One of them drops something on the floor, which happens to wake up Manning from his nap underneath. It is, because Manning's still underneath with the pile of wires in front of him, and he's still asleep, and they happen to drop some goggles, and then Manning's like, what's that? Who woke me up? Who woke me up, brother? And he's just like, and they stop for a second, the men in the truck, and then they go, okay, carry on. It's like, what, you bothered about dropping that little goggle or whatever it was on the floor, but yeah, you can shout carry on afterwards.
How did they know it? Manning was below them.
I don't know.
No, if he drops it, he's gone, shit, he's there, he's below us. How did they know?
And how did even Manning hear it? And even if he did hear it, which he did, why would he think? Oh, for all he knows, it could have just been either someone outside or someone above him, or some trash moving,
a tin can moving around,
or a rat in the rubbish or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. But he wakes Manning up from his nap at this point. And then we cut to the warden. So the marshals have gone over to the warden and see if he can get the paperwork approved.
Yeah, so I've got Blake, which is the one who's in charge, and Marshal number 1. I've escorted the wardens to go pick up the female prisoners. I kind of bet the warden wishes he wasn't such an arsehole to Blake.
Yeah.
He's quite an arsehole, isn't he, straight away?
He's a bit of a bellend. He's incooperating, telling him, well, I don't have the authority to move the prisoners. And he's like, well, we're actually working with the CIA, like. And he's like, I don't give a fuck about the CIA. This is my prison, bitches.
Blake's asking quite nicely. He's like, look, we've got all the paperwork. We don't want any hassle. We just want these 2 prisoners, or we'll go off.
Well, in the meantime, Terrence radios through to Seagal for some reason, who's on his way back in the car. And he goes, the marshals are here. They want to take you prisoners. And Steven Seagal's like, tell them not to go. And basically tells him not to release the prisoners.
But Terrence don't relay this message.
What do you mean?
He don't relay the message to the rest of the group.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't.
So how does the rest of the group know about it?
I don't know, but the next thing is the marshal fella's got pissed off with the warden and shoots the MP next to him. And the and the warden's like, oh, okay, I'll do what you want, do what you want. So then we come to the control room. We cut to the control room.
I quite like this, you know. I quite like this scene.
I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, there's two guards now playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like the little trash can one. With like a tiny little ball. So playing basketball, guard 1 and 2. And as Fields comes in, guard 1 goes off to make a coffee. Right?
Yep.
Literally. This is the control room. The next room is literally a distance from me and you. The door is open.
Yeah.
Right? So he goes in making a brew. Next minute, there's a scuffle between them two. He comes back, guard 2. Guard 1 is on his hands and knees, pretty much, with a Fields with a gun to his head and goes, right, open all doors. And the guard 2 goes, fuck you. And he just kills his mate.
And his mate goes, what? No! Gets shot in the head.
I quite like that. But how did he not hear the scuffle?
I don't know. Maybe the kettle was on and he didn't hear him.
The door was literally open and everything.
Do you think because like Fields works there and stuff, do you think he was just like, he thought he was messing about? Like just playing, and that's why he's like, fuck you. And then he shoots his mate. He
probably thought Fields was a little dickhead. He's like, you little weasel, shut up.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, you're not good at anything.
But I like the way he like, obviously I don't like that his mate getting shot in the head, but I like that he didn't mess about like they do in films usually.
No, just threw a coffee on him and started fighting.
Yeah, he just shot him.
Like, go on, lad.
Yeah, but yeah, they end up having a scuffle, and then Fields manages to get one up on him and shoots the guy, and then realizes that he's locked out the system and doesn't know the password, so he starts panicking a bit.
Yeah, shits it a little bit, doesn't he?
He does.
Back in the maintenance area, and Manning activates cheat mode and now uses X-ray vision as he knows people are inside a trash compactor, and they're just about to blow a hole in it. Now, why did the guy, the driver, shout clear before ducking for cover?
No, I think it came over his radio. Because I think he was waiting there, and he comes back and he goes, the trash compactor's working again. And then all of a sudden, I think he comes over the guy's radio, the driver, saying, clear the area. And that's when he fucking runs and ducks, and Manning hears it as well and goes, shit.
Yeah, but Manning's looking at the thing first. He's like, what's that noise?
What is
something
this?
there. And he's like, say he's using his cheat code because he can see people through the metal. He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, counting them. And the guy goes, clear! Jumps around the corner. It's like, why did he shout clear? If he did not shout clear, that explosion would have killed him there and then.
Well, yeah.
Manning wouldn't be a problem anymore.
Well, it kills the MP that's with him.
No, yeah, cannon fodder.
Yeah, but maybe, I don't know, maybe like Manning just knows what the sound of C4 being placed against metal is like. He's like, smell it. Someone's got C4 in there. But yeah, so it blows through, and somehow Manning manages to run and hide behind 2 random little boxes, but he manages to get clear of it anyway. But then Terrence calls back through to Seagull and says, I just heard an explosion. Seagull's driving back now, and he's like, okay, I'll be there soon.
Yep.
Get my women ready.
Here's one for you.
What?
Okay, the whole plan that they came up with was to pretend to be US Marshals, to take the 2 women using fake papers. So why go through all the effort of getting 12 men inside a bin truck and storming the place? If their plan went to plan, they would have went in with the papers, the guards hand the women over, they would have drove off. That's it. And then you got 12 guys stuck in a fucking maintenance area.
Yeah. The thing is as well, right?
It's like...
Well, that's it, because if the plan had worked, and it's like, did they radio through to the guys in the trash compactor and say, it's not worked, fuck it.
Oh.
Go to plan B. They don't, no.
No.
But the thing is as well, is the men didn't come out of the garbage truck. They came out of the trash compactor. So at some point, have they climbed out of the garbage truck into the trash compactor and then blew a hole through that?
I don't know, because when you seen it inside, it looked like a little room.
It did. But they didn't come out of the truck. They came out of the trash compactor thing that they were trying to fix. It was a
Right.
good job that they didn't accidentally like fix it sooner and
Crush
turn
her.
the trash compactor on. Yeah.
Just imagine that. It's like, why is there so much blood coming from the bottom of this? Kid goes,
Yeah.
ah! It's like, what's going on here?
What the fuck? Who's in there?
Why is there 12 people in there?
The thing is, mate, there's well more than 12 people throughout this film.
Oh, yeah.
The men must respawn back at the trash compactor because
I've got some of this later on, mate. Don't worry
fucking
about it.
hundreds of them.
But another question.
Yeah.
The guys who came out meant to be like special op type people, right? Why were the people, when it zoomed in on them, right, they're wearing diving goggles and air defenders?
I don't know. They were. Some of them as well look like ninjas. From American Ninja, they had like balaclavas on.
Honestly, the guys with the shotgun,
Yeah.
it zooms in on them, and they're looking up like this. When you're doing the edit, you see it, put like a little picture up here. He's
Yeah.
wearing diving goggles and air defenders. It's like, how would you go communicate with anybody with big fucking air defenders?
Good job he doesn't have a conversation with Seagal in it.
Yeah, it's like got PPE for some reason.
Yeah.
You can't be too safe, you know, when the guns go off, they're quite loud.
We don't want you suing us.
You
The
can't do
hearing
that.
loss. The thing is, all right, so but then Manning is just sat there, clear as day, behind this little box, and he's a big fella. I think through this whole film, I think Manning thinks if I can't see them, they can't see me. And
It's like my 3-year-old playing hide and seek, looking at a wall like that.
He
They can't
is.
see me. They can't see me.
I honestly think if Manning thinks if he closes his eyes, he goes invisible.
Yeah. What he does though, he does, because he manages to kill one guy with a screwdriver, just stabs him up,
Yeah.
and then the next guy turns into a fucking lemon and goes, gets stabbed up as well, and then people go, "Oh, there's 2 dead guys there."
It is. It's like really bad AI on a video game, innit?
Yes.
When you kill one guy in front of him. Because literally in the scene, as the first guy comes and he like sticks his screwdriver or whatever into his neck, there is literally a guy where you are. You can see him in the frame.
2
and
feet
he's just
away.
like, don't hear nothing. I don't see anything. If I don't see it, it didn't happen. Out of sight, out of mind. And
It wouldn't surprise me, right? It was like fucking Assassin's Creed. You got Manning crouched down, so he's
Yeah.
like grey. In like a tall bush or something, he's just grabbing people as they walk past. Like, oh, what's going on there? Ah,
basically
what's
what he was
going on
trying
there?
to do.
Ah.
And then it was only like you say when the other guard just goes, why is that guy just fell on the floor in a puddle of blood? I'll go and have a quick look.
Ugh.
And they go, oh, there he is, the big fella. Oh, Jesus. But it's daft, and then we cut back to the warden, and the warden tells the marshal that the girls are in Block D, not realising they've been moved.
Mhm.
And then they go through to the security room, don't they? And then that is when I put the size of the prison and only have like 5 little monitors for the security.
Yep.
Fields can't access the computer and asks the warden for the password. It turns out that he doesn't have the password. Rather than just say it, he says, I don't have a password. And then he goes, oh, I'm going to thump you in a minute. And he goes, no, I need to use my finger. It's a fingerprint scanner.
Don't say that. What does
Jesus
he do?
Christ, you idiot.
What does he do?
So the marshal guy grabs his left hand, puts it on the table, and then goes, which finger is it? Is it this one? Chops the finger off. And all I was thinking was, it would have been so funny if they then got to the control room later on, and he's like, yeah, it is actually the finger you cut off, mate. Where have you put it? And he's like, oh, shit. I think I left it back in the other room. Like,
Here we go.
fucking hell.
All the way back we go.
Yeah. But for some reason he decides to cut the finger off, and then the marshal tells him, he says, the warden says, keep me alive. You're going to need the keys to access everything, and I know what keys for what. And then he chucks in the keys and goes, right, come on then, dickhead. And
That's
that's
silly.
pretty much that scene. But in between this, so Manning's done his little stabby thing, and then Manning runs away like a little girl. And then he's hiding in the boiler room.
Yeah. Throughout this whole film from now,
Yeah.
right, it's like cat and chase or hide and seek between Collins and Manning.
Yeah.
That's all it is now. With them two, it's just chasing each other
Yeah.
throughout
'cause
the whole film.
Manning just goes sneaking and beeping, but he knocks the main, I call him the main goon. I didn't catch his name.
Collins.
Collins. So he knocks Collins down, but doesn't bother taking his gun.
Exactly. He chokes him out,
Yeah.
leaves him on the floor next to his gun, doesn't kill him, runs off, kills the delivery driver
With a chain.
with a chain,
Yeah.
as you do, leaves his gun next to him.
Yeah.
Collins wakes up, goes, oh, Oh, it's fucking I've still got my gun.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot he is.
That's lucky.
Starts shooting at him, and he just runs off so slowly.
Yeah.
Like, little hobbo is like, how did you miss? You're meant to be special fucking ops.
I know, Manning, like you say, Manning just, it's a little bit of a stairs, isn't it? Manning just goes, one sec, mate, one sec. Oh, Jesus, don't shoot. Okay, go.
I think they're trained up by the stormtroopers.
I think they did have stormtrooper aiming, they massively did. And then Siegel returns to the prison.
You know that boiler room they was in?
Yeah.
You know that boiler room?
Reused quite a bit, innit?
30 scenes, I think they use it for.
They do. That little stairs bit as well, they use that quite a bit.
Yeah, when he cuts the wire from the mines and when the girls have a fight and then running around. Literally, most of the scenes through the whole film is filmed in one room on different angles. So it makes you think it's a different room. Yeah. It's a different part of the prison. No, you just turn the lights off or you put a bit of fog coming down from one of the pipes or you just filmed it from a left instead of from a right angle.
Oh, no.
Stupid.
It was stupid.
That's one thing that makes it worse, is stupid little things like that, and you're expecting the audience to believe it.
Because he got kicked out of the first location. But then Cross arrives, Seagal arrives back at the prison, and the guard box at the front gate has blood all over the window. And then he parks his car up, just casual as fuck, does a little jog, which I think is his stuntman, to the van. Yep. Right. So the marshal's van is parked. There's two marshals in front of them, but Seagal just manages to walk over to it, opens it without sneaking or anything, lifts it up, sees a couple of dead bodies in the back, slams the door, and the two marshals at the front don't bat an eyelid.
Nope.
And Cross walks round. Seagal walks round and he says, I've got a meeting here about some narcotic activity at the prison. And they're like, sure.
What was that, mate?
What was that? What did he say?
I can't hear what he
Come
said.
a bit closer, because I don't like to move. And then he does his little... But surely, them two guys, right, they know that they've left the front gates open, they've killed the guy in the guard box, and there's blood all over. So they'd know that you'd think they'd know that anyone that came to the prison would have noticed this. Even if it is someone there supposed to have a meeting. Then you would have just gone, nah, mate, killed him straight away.
Number one rule, right? If you're meant to be like a terrorist or somebody who's weapon trained, at least, you keep distance away from your target. You don't go within arm's length. Two of these guys, literally, are smelling what the hell he's fucking had for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're that close. Because he just whispers. It throws them off guard.
Thing is, well, Seagal and the Seagull Squad have been at the bar all night getting pissed as well, so Seagal's probably drunk at this point.
Yeah, true.
And he's drunk drove back to the prison.
True.
But anyway, so Seagal gets slappy again, manages to take out the two guys. And then I just love this bit because Fields calls through and goes, there's some guy at the front gate. And they're like, oh, right, what's he doing? He's just took out two of the men. But he means business now because he's got tack gear on. And next thing is you see Seagal walking through with a big ass vest on, a backwards cap, goggles, and a big ass gun, sneaking and peeping.
Where did this come from? He walked in with like a little rucksack.
A little bag.
Was the M16 just like fucking folded down?
I think it must have been.
How did he get the big vest in there?
Mate, the vest is massive.
It's massive. It covers his nuts.
I know.
It literally right down.
Goes all the way. It's like when you're playing
overkill.
Like when you're playing on like Call of Duty, something in your shoes in your armor, and it's like it's the biggest, bulkiest army that they use for armor. It almost looked like he was in bomb disposal. It was that big.
Yeah. Have you seen Hurt Locker?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that one of that's that uniform that he uses.
Do you think
the
like
big padded suit?
I think you're like, right, we've been down to the local Army and Navy shop, to get props and costumes and stuff. This is the only size they had for you. Sorry, Stephen. It's a bit on the big size.
I mean, let's be honest with you, right? He's not exactly a small chap, is he?
He's not.
Right. So if he would have wore a normal, say, bulletproof vest,
would have looked like a crop top.
He would have.
Would have been like yeah. I'm a chunkier fella myself, and I'd probably be the same.
But he's bigger though.
Yeah.
Literally, he wouldn't be able to go past his belly, so I think that's the reason they had to get one so big.
Yeah.
It's like a juggernaut's fucking outfit.
It's like supersized. But yeah, I just love that when he's like, yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but I think he means business. He's got his tactical vest on and he's sneaking and peeping around the prison. And you just see like a shot on the video camera of Seagal going, like, hiding behind pillars and stuff and just slowly tiptoeing around the place.
Right, how does everybody know that Manning and Seagal are both special ops? They know everything about the background and everything.
Well, I know the warden kind of tells them a bit later on.
Yeah, but some of the other guards, though, like Manning, Field, he shouldn't know anything like that.
Well, no.
He should know their security. That's it. Contractors.
They're just contractors.
They shouldn't know how to serve tours in Iraq and all that shit.
Well, it's literally, Manning's just like the jack of all trades at the place, master of none. But then the Seagull squad arrived, don't they? And then for some reason, they rag it into the car park and do a big power slide along the fucking, like a handbrake turn into the car park. You're supposed to be subtle. Yeah.
Just ragging the engine. Skidding around the car park like fucking at some cruise meet or something.
It is. They just come in and do a handbrake stop. And then they get out and they're all tacked up as well, so we know they mean business. And then they start going through the back door. And then we're back in the control room, and the warden arrives with them, and then they spot the Seagull squad on the cameras somehow, because he just, of all the cameras, he just happens to be on that one.
Yep.
And then they say, Pross trains guys like that. Yeah, of course they do. Of course he does, yeah. In between doing all his admin work and going and picking up random prisoners. How did he even get the job of going picking up them two women in the first place? Anyway.
Yeah, we'll skip over that.
So they send some men. They send some men after the Seagull squad anyway.
They do.
And we get a few more shots of just men walking around, clearing rooms and stuff for some reason.
Yeah. So this is pretty much one of the finished plots in the film that we've covered.
Yeah.
And you're wondering about the background story on people.
I just don't get, like, who made that phone call? It's like, we've got a CIA asset here who we're kind of burning. She's a foreign national, and we need her picking up. Oh, I know the perfect person. It's this guy called Cross. He whispers a lot, but he likes picking women up.
Gets the job done.
He gets the job done. You dying over there, yeah?
Yeah, I am. I took a drink, and it kind of went down the wrong hole.
So then the bad guys start setting up some laser mines. Because, the thing with laser mines, right? If you're putting a laser mine up, would you want to be able to see the laser? Is the whole point of them would be the laser's invisible so someone doesn't know they're walking through them.
Yeah. And whose idea was it to bring them? After all, don't forget, you're in here to get 2 female prisoners.
Yep.
It should be quite easy.
Yep.
1 skeleton crew staff.
Yep.
6 people working in the jail.
Yep.
And 7 bloody inmates.
That's it. It's a decommissioned prison that's starting to be shut down, like you say.
So do you think when they're getting all the gear, they go, right, Collins was like to his guys, right, okay, guys, we need to get ammo. Yeah, okay. Get some guns. Yeah, okay. If you got your tack gear, yeah, perfect. Someone's like, what about these little tack mines with lasers?
Yeah.
Why not?
Fuck it.
Why not? We might need to shut down some corridors so people can't walk past.
I wouldn't be surprised at one point they had a dinghy in there as well, just in case.
Literally, who thinks of fucking trap mines?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would you need them? There's no use for it.
And especially ones like that, anyway.
Silly.
Anyway, so the Seagull squad are sneaking and peeping through everywhere, and then somehow Manning managed to sneak up on one of them with a screwdriver.
Yeah. And again, magic fucking bag. He drops a bag down. Next minute, Manning's got a fucking level 3 vest as well and a rifle.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they just happened to have a spare gun for him because an attack vest. It was like, that was nice.
Still got a spanner in his back though.
Yeah, I didn't know he still had the spanner, but but then they come, then they go a bit more sneaking and peeping, and they come across the mines, and then Steve Austin Manning starts going on about real estate for some reason, and he's like, we need to set up some real estate, brother. We need to hold down, let these guys come to us. We need to set up some real estate somewhere.
This thing is friggin' stupid. So they're walking down, and there's a corridor at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big open doorway. There's no door on it. No, it's just been, like, dehinged.
Yeah.
So you hear somebody sneaking, peeping. So Austin and all his men and Bradley all set up, get their guns there. One guard walks past, he gets killed. Next guy walks past, he gets killed. Next Guy walks past, he goes, they're like fucking lemons.
That's what I put in. I put, the bad guys just walk through the door like fucking lemons being dropped one by one.
Do you know the best thing about it?
Well,
Right? We take the piss all the time, don't we, about like some of these films that we watch. It's like playing Call of Duty. They've got a respawn point and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? 6 people got shot.
Yep.
There's only 2 bodies on the floor.
Oh shit, yeah. And why? Why, when that guy is dead, why did he keep focusing on that one guy? I was thinking he was going to come back to life or something.
I put out my notes.
Yeah.
He kept focusing straight into the guy's head. I was expecting him when he walked past Manning, that guy opened his eyes and started shooting or something.
Yeah. I honestly thought that was going to happen because for some reason it kept on going back to him. And the only reason I could think is later on, Seagal comes across him and takes the automatic shotgun from him.
Yeah.
But it's not like they focus in on the gun. I don't know why they're focusing on this pissing guy.
But as you mentioned, when Seagal picks up the automatic shotgun,
Yeah.
they focus on the guy again on his
Yeah,
eyes.
they do.
It's weird.
It is weird. I think it's like someone who knew the director or something and they just like
Cameo.
make sure I'm in the shot. And it's like, but you've got a balaclava on, dude. Yeah, they'll recognise me from the eyes. What?
The nephew.
The nephew, yeah. It must have been. Someone from the mob.
I'm going to make you a big star. I'm
Yeah.
going to make you a big star, Gino. Come over here. It's all
But
right.
then Seagal's like, you've got to wear a balaclava, dude. Man.
Yeah, man.
It's like, but I
man.
don't want to, but I said so, man.
We get you lots of screen time, don't worry.
Yeah. Won't see your face, though.
Random.
So then back in the control room, we learn that Cross is an operations genius and Manning is a weapons specialist.
Yes. Whilst we see Seagal waddling around like a duck on the camera.
So then the governor suddenly remembers that they actually moved the 2 women to Block G.
Yep.
And they tell the goons to go to Block G. Now, this map that they keep showing of the prison, is it me or did it remind you of the Crystal Maze?
Yes, it
Do you know,
did.
Yeah. You know, when they zoom out to move to the different zones, I was like, oh my God, they're in the Crystal fucking Maze.
It does.
Yeah.
It reminded me of something, but I couldn't put my finger on it. You're right, the Crystal Maze.
It was.
And then next scene, Terrence is in the kitchen
Yeah.
trying to save the cook as the bad guys are approaching the kitchen area. Spoiler, he didn't do a good job because they both died.
He did not. He grabs a knife. He's like, I'll just take this knife. He's like, come on, Cookie. Let's go this way. And she's like, no. Mr. Terrence, we need to hide over here. Arriba, taco. And I'm like, okay then.
Oh my God.
I know we're in Cell Block G, and the goons are near in Cell Block G to grab Seagal's trophies. So Seagal comes creeping into the room, which is, for some reason, foggy.
Yes, and grabs his own security guy
Yeah.
again.
Oh, and the 2 guards are still there. And then this pisses me off because the 2 guards come. There's a woman. There's the guy he grabs.
Yep.
And then they're stood there and he's like, yeah, I need to go and get my trophies and get them out of here, you know. I need them for the weekend coming up. It's Friday night. I need some loving. And the woman goes, okay, I'll hold them off. I'll sacrifice myself.
As you do.
And then the other guy goes, yeah, I suppose I will as well. And Seagal's like, hold them off for me.
Did you notice one thing though?
What?
You know, the Mexican looking guy.
Yeah.
So when he came out the door, he locked the door behind him.
Right.
Seagal does his talk and walks through the door. It just opens it up.
Jesus.
And then my notes is, right, if the Mexican dude has got keys for all the doors,
Yeah.
why didn't they lock the place down instead of leaving every single door open?
That's a good shout, yeah. At least slowed them down a little bit.
A little bit.
But the thing that winds me up, right, is so they both basically say, well, the woman says, oh, Seagal, I love you so much. I'm going to sacrifice myself for you. So she's like, we'll hold them out. And the Mexican guy's like, I don't really know about this plan. And Seagal's like, you hold them for me. You do it for me, man.
He
You do
lasts
it for
like
me."
30 seconds.
He lasts like 30 seconds, but Seagal knows that these guys are holding him off for me, right?
Yep.
So rather than just quickly going and get the women, he goes to the cells and starts giving them a fucking long-ass, boring-ass speech.
I got it for you.
Quiet as fuck. He gives them a long... Yeah, about following him. Go on, what does the speech say?
So, bearing in mind, he pauses to catch his breath a
He
lot
does.
during
He
this
does.
line.
I
It's like
think
he's
he sounds
eating a
out of
dinner.
breath after each sentence.
He goes, you listen to me. Do what I say and I'll kill them before they kill you. I'm assuming you're with them or you're with me. Long and short, do as I say. Be smart and you do well. If you listen to me, and I'll find you for one reason or another. You're with them, or you make a false move. I'll kill you just like I killed them. Be cool. That is literally how he does it. It's like ASMR, like in between lines.
It is. It is.
And it's not only just heavy breathing. It's like when you're taking a bite out of a burger and then you finish them, the last little bit, like swallowing.
I was half expecting as he's talking, he's like, yeah, so if you come with me, oxygen mask.
Got a chip on his side.
I'll get you out of here, man. Don't worry, I can do this. But like that's what I mean. Like, so like these guys are sacrificing themselves. He knows like time is of the essence. They're coming, but yet he has time to sit there or stand there, just giving this fucking speech to the women, and the women are like, okay, we're with you, we'll come. And he's like, but if you betray me, I will kill you. And they're like, okay, fine, whatever, fucking hell, I don't care, just get me out of here. But it was at this point that I was kind of like, well, if she's the CIA asset, why is the other woman here? Where's he found her? Why is he bringing her in? Why is he taking her with him? Just leave her there. He doesn't need her. But and then he goes, I need one of you on my left and one of you on my right. Just stand a little behind me, just in case I pass out. And then the male guard, like you say, is taken down within like 2 seconds of the goons arriving.
The guy's starting to walk around the corner and is on the floor. Like, what the fuck?
I think he shoots himself. I think he realised, shit, I'm in a Seagal film.
Yeah, seen a bit.
I think he arrived on set and he's like, that Seagal walking in here. Oh, shit. You never told me it was a Seagal film.
Oh,
anyway,
shit.
the female guard manages to hold them off for a bit and they get into a bit of a gunfight somehow, but she manages to take a few of them out. I don't know how.
She's done all right, to be fair.
She did do okay. But then, back in the control room, they're watching on the cameras and then they open all the cells up for the men's.
And everybody come out like they're in a mental asylum.
Yeah.
Like it's something from like Batman.
Yeah.
And when all the guards come out and just like stand there like looking around.
Like, we're free.
Ooh,
yeah.
Mysterious.
And then Big Papa walks out from the beginning. He's just like, I'm going to get me some pussy. Pussy.
Samantha now tells Seagal that she does foreign intelligence work and works along the CIA.
So this is pretty much what she says.
Yeah.
Right? It's not word for word, but she says she's a courier for a non-US intelligence agency. Sometimes she works with friendlies and sometimes they're enemies. All of it is officially off the radar. The contact at her last job was CIA. Her contact was assassinated and all channels went dark. She got away, but then was picked up and she ended up there in the prison. She got a message from her handlers to sit tight because there was some internal problems. And then something else happens and then it comes back to her and she goes, she thinks the contact was taken out by a CIA hit squad. And then Cross says, so they were trying to isolate you to retrieve the information. And it's like, I honestly don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take time to take note on all that.
But the goons come along in between this and start setting up more laser mines. And there's like 2 or 3 of them there setting them up. And Seagal's there aiming. And I was thinking, why don't you just shoot one of the mines as they're setting them up? And then you're taking at least 3 of them out.
My thoughts.
Yeah. Well, instead, they go back to sneaking and peeping for a bit. It turns out she doesn't know what's on this file, but she shows him where the implant is. Now, this implant is just below her tit.
Yes. And on the CGI thing that comes up, it's a diagram of a heart. And Seagal says the heartbeat is keeping the chip from being wiped.
Yeah.
As soon as you die, it will automatically wipe all the data on the side, the disc.
Yeah.
Or the chip.
Seagal just automatically knows exactly what it is and how it works, but she doesn't.
No.
He has to explain it to her.
And since when has your heart been there?
I don't freaking know. But yeah, and she's like, this horrible looking little scar thing. And it's like, you'd think at some point she would have gone, okay, what's that implant you're putting me and how does it work? But no, she waits 15 years or whatever, and then until a nice man comes along, Cross, and goes,
yep.
So it's so if you die, it wipes. Okay. It's just like, right, whatever.
After all the spiel, Seagal then tells her not to worry because if anybody tries to kill her, they've got to get through him first. Literally 30 seconds later, he turns his back. Fucking Samantha or Charlotte kidnaps her, drags her off, and he hasn't got a clue.
He doesn't fucking notice at all.
It's like 10 minutes later, he turns around and goes,
It is.
oh, where have they gone?
Because all the male prisoners turn up, don't they? And they're like, we want that pussy.
Where did they get a gun from?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
They've got a gun. They've got a gun now somehow.
Exactly, but not. They only shoot from the other side of the room, but they're all trying to get close to Seagal for some reason. Because every chance he gets, Seagal puts his gun away and just slaps him about a bit. One of them even runs. He's got a full-on automatic rifle, and one of the prisoners runs at him with a shiv.
Yeah.
And like a homemade shiv. And Seagal just goes, slaps him. Sorry, I think I spat on you then. And then, like you say, where'd he get a gun? But like you say,
Yes.
she gets kidnapped, pure as day, from the other woman, from the Latino woman, whoever she is. And like you say, he doesn't fucking notice. And then the gunfight finishes. All the prisoners are dead. And he goes, where did they go? And then he just slowly walks after them.
Yeah. But in this scene as well, he breaks one of the guy's arm. I'm thinking, was that a real bone? He just snaps at the guy. He goes, what's up, you pussy? Can you not handle the pain?
That's it. I'd love to see Seagal get his arm snapped in half, that the bone's coming through. And what do you think he would do? Just go, is that all you got? The guy has the audacity to scream, and he goes, does that hurt you, pussy? I'm like, you try that, dude.
This is where I've got my notes as well. It's like South Park trying to kick a little ball.
He is.
Legs.
He does, like, every now and then, like, he cuts down, you don't see his head, so it's obviously a stunt double. And like you say, he just goes in the
But
shins.
his legs come only like a foot off the ground.
Oh, they do.
It's like a toddler trying to kick a ball.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
It's
a toddler
exactly
trying
what
to
it's
kick
like,
a ball.
yeah.
And it makes noise, goes,
Yeah.
prisoners like flying around everywhere.
I know.
It's stupid.
It's the stupidest fucking fight.
And then again, talking about lemmings, we get more lemmings walking down a corridor. Everybody's getting shot. There's like 6 or 7 guys who get shot. There's only one body on the floor, and then they retreat into a different fucking corridor.
And then the two women, the bad woman, I don't know her name, radios the control room to tell them she has the other woman. And then he goes, get to the extraction point, and she goes, I don't know where the fuck I am, so I'll try and get there. And then they start heading towards the kitchen. And then we join the Seagull squad again. And the Seagull squad is going on a slow stroll looking for... Seagal, is going on a slow stroll looking for the women because he can't run. He just comes walking along, and the Seagal squad just come into the room, and no one bothers to check or anything like that. They're just like, oh, hey. And he's like, oh, hey, man, you seen a woman walking past here? They got away from me. I can smell the pussy, but they're walking at a fast pace, and I can't keep up.
Just waddling like a duck
with his oxygen on. He just comes walking in like that, and then Manning walks through the door and he goes, "What up, man?
What up, man? What's going on, man?
What
You
up,
okay,
man?
man?
Hey, man.
Let's go, man."
And then a bunch of goons arrive and they take him out, like you say. And Manning offers to raid the kitchen together, but Cross is like, Cross doesn't want to. He says because they are too mobile. He's like, we'll raid the kitchen together, and Cross is like, nah, they're too mobile, man. They walk at a fast pace. They're too quick for me. But then Manning says, oh, by the way, there's an MP hiding in the kitchen with the cook if you want to, like, save him. Like, I actually know his name. Terrence. So the coons enter the kitchen, find Terrence and the cook. She's giving him a bit of a BJ in the freezer. Which she's not, but...
Yep.
And then they tell Terrence to radio across and Manning to tell them everything is clear and they have the girls. And instead of doing it like you'd go, whatever you want, guys. I would literally tell them anything right now. You got a gun to my head.
Yep.
He goes, don't come here, it's a trap.
Bang, dead.
Bang, dead. Bang, cook, dead. I do like, though, how the goons just don't mess about.
Yeah, true. They do get straight to the point, don't they? And then Blake radios through to Collins that Manning is in the kitchen with them.
This drove me insane,
This whole scene is so stupid. So again, as I said, Collins radios through. He's like, Manning's in there with you. Looks around. Where? It's like a little fucking meerkat like that. He goes, we lost him. Oh, you got CCTV cameras everywhere. It's a small kitchen.
That's it. He walks in. He says that, and then he's like, he goes back to the camera and he goes, oh, we lost him. But on the camera, there's 2 big fucking barrels there. And it's like, maybe, I don't know, either tell them where you last saw him or say, I think he's just ducked down behind them barrels there. You would say, yeah, I just seen him by them barrels. You wouldn't say, oh, I lost him, never mind.
Yep.
But Manning is like hid behind the barrels with his eyes closed because he goes invisible, obviously. But you would know, wouldn't you? You wouldn't just go, "Oh, we lost him."
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but throughout this whole next scene, this kitchen and all the other rooms attached to it change in size quite a lot.
I didn't notice that, but I noticed for some reason they open a freezer and then all of a sudden everywhere's foggy.
Well, so what happens is one of the bad guys walks into a freezer. Bear in mind, it's a little walk-in freezer. It's like a room that's like 6 foot by 8 foot or something. You can't really hide in these. And guess what? Manning somehow jumps out, kills the guy, and then you see him walk out the freezer, and all it is 2 shelves in this tiny little room. How did he get a drop on him? And if he was in a freezer, it's one of them lockable doors.
Yeah.
Right? If you lock yourself inside, you're stuck. So he has technically locked himself in a 6 foot by 8 foot room. The guard has come along, opened up the door, got killed, and then Manny just walks off. You see the shot as he walks off. You see shelves on each side. There's nowhere for him to hide.
Question though, did you see a defib in there?
No, luckily not, mate.
Like, hold on, man. But no, I know what you mean. I didn't even clock onto that, but yeah.
It's stupid. Then he manages to get a fucking aerosol can, and he kills some guy who has an assault rifle.
No. He's just a little flamethrower, doesn't he?
That would not kill you.
No, it wouldn't. Have you never heard of drop and roll? Not to mention the guy was in full fucking tactical gear as well.
And he's just lying there on the floor going,
But the head goon comes over and shoots him, finishes him off.
It's like, dude, I'm all right. I'm not Charlie. Don't worry.
No, exactly.
I'm not green and ginger. You don't have to kill me.
It's like, oh, you look a bit burnt there.
It's like Sagat meeting fucking Van Damme.
Yeah.
It's all right, mate. Don't worry.
How fucking funny would it be, right, if the end of the film comes and, like, Steve Warren and Seagal goes, "Has anyone seen Manning?" And they're like, "I've last seen him in the kitchen," and they go to find him. And they open the freezer door, and Manning's just there, frozen to death, and like hiding behind some shelves with his eyes closed. And they're like, "Oh, what a way to go!"
He's doing it again. He's playing hide and seek with himself.
Yes. But no,
And then he kills a guy with a makeshift rocket using a gas canister.
yeah.
What?
So he puts it on a shelf, knocks the end off. It's only a little gas canister. It flies across the room and explodes.
Yeah.
What was the ignition source?
And you think that's the worst of it? You think that's the worst of it? We have seen several shots throughout this film so far of a huge pan of water boiling. It's a big metal pan. Metal handles on a metal pan with a huge flame. We've seen it several times. So it's been boiling for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
But yet he runs over, picks up this metal pan with his bare hands, throws it on fucking Collins' face. Collins just screams a little bit, shakes it off like a fucking pro, and runs off. If I just had a pan of boiling water thrown in my face, I'm not running anywhere. I'm on the floor screaming in agony.
You
I
are.
won't just shake it off and just run off. And secondly, I'm not going to pick that son of a bitch up.
No.
I'm going to be burning my hands.
Yeah, he doesn't even get the oven gloves on or anything.
Nothing.
The best thing is, though, before he goes for the pan of water, he picks up his gun. For a weapons expert, can't figure out how to fucking use it. Throws it back down, grabs the pan of water, and I'm thinking, this guy's a weapons expert.
And how mobile was he with a pan of water?
Oh, I know.
He was quick moving from A to B.
Oh, he was.
What the fuck?
Did you notice at one point that he accidentally knocks over a shelf as well as he runs off? Manning, as he's like creeping around the kitchen, he knocks a fucking shelf over.
He's a weapon expert, mate, using fucking everything other than guns.
Oh,
I could turn a screwdriver into a weapon. I could turn a gas canister into a weapon. I could turn a freezer into a weapon because I just hide. I can turn aerosol can into a weapon and hot water. That's why he's a weapons expert, my friend.
Do you think he goes to man, like he goes over to Cross and he goes, "Man, I got this special power." No, he goes, sorry, he shouts, "And I got this special power, brother." And it's like, "What is it?" And he's like, "If I close my eyes, I go invisible." It's like, "What? Watch. See, you can't see me." It's like, "You're still there, but I can't see you, brother."
It's a black room. You can't see anything in it. Lights are off. Fucking hell, Manning. Get out of the trailer park.
When then Manning runs after the women and then doesn't realise that one of them is the bad. bad one, because Seagal just didn't bother to tell him for some reason.
Yeah, he did.
He just says, I'm looking for my pussy. I know the game past seen them. But at no point does he say, oh, by the way, the Latino one's bad and has kidnapped the woman from me.
I've got to call something for this.
One.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
How did she beat the fuck out of him?
She beats the shit out of him with a stick.
She throws a headbutt,
Yeah.
a back of her head into his head when he's like 4 foot away. Did her fucking neck just stretch?
I think so. I think so.
And then, like you say, beats the fuck out of him with like a chair leg.
Yeah, she beats the shit out of him, pretty much knocks him out. She runs off. He stands up and goes, whoa. Stands up on the barrel, leans over, jizzes his pants.
Pretty much. He made the noise, didn't he?
That's my kind of woman. And I'm like, you want to get after her, mate, instead of just fucking fantasizing.
Now, Samantha, the Asian bird, is now on her own.
Yeah.
And she gets trapped, beaten up by the big black dude from before.
Big Papa.
But he gets knocked the fuck out by Charlotte, who comes to rescue her.
With the fucking stick or chair leg or whatever it is.
Again, I call...
Bullshit!
Yeah.
That guy is about 22 stone. He's 6'4". She is about 8 stone, piss wet through.
Piss wet through, yeah.
5'6".
Yeah, she's tiny.
But yet... yeah.
The thing is as well, during their fight, for some reason there's a pipe there that has a switch on it that just releases a load of steam.
Oh, yeah, as you do.
As you do, for some reason.
Yeah.
Because that comes in handy all the time, just in case someone needs steaming.
I mean, how many pipes do you walk past randomly with all that flying around?
Just with a steam output. He gets beaten to death with a stick and then tells the asset woman, the Chinese woman, whoever her name is Charlotte, was it?
So Samantha is the CIA agent. Charlotte is the bad one.
Okay, so Samantha gets told that she'll have a stick put up their ass as soon as they get the data. And I was like, oh, kinky.
She's really feisty, wasn't she?
Yeah. So the asset woman, Samantha, thinks that the bad woman was a plant and is actually CIA.
Yep.
And that somehow she didn't know what she was carrying, which she still doesn't know what she's carrying.
Still doesn't know.
Doesn't know what the data is. So then this is where we cut to a little scene of Sneaky Seagull, as I called it. So the Seagull is sneaking and peeping and picks up the automatic shotgun off that random guy again.
Yep.
Well, not again, but like you said before, we get like a random zoomed in shot.
Yep.
And then the woman and the marshal guy are trying to find a way out, but she's lost. And they've still got the warden with them. And then,
it's so bad now.
it just starts getting really bad. So it keeps cutting to different scenes and so on. So at one point, Seagal is in the control room and manages to lock all the doors.
This is stupid.
I do like this bit when he goes to the warden, get your keys out, we're going to need them. And then every time they come through the door, the warden gets his keys back out and he goes, why do you keep putting the keys away? And I was like, oh, well, yeah.
Good point, mate.
That's a good little point. That's a good little point. And he's like, why do you keep putting the keys away, warden? Are you trying to take the piss?
And it's this point as well when you see the CCTV camera running along.
Yes. Yeah,
following the girls.
Yeah. But Seagal, like I say, he goes into the system and somehow now he just knows how to use the security software to lock everywhere down.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Straight away knows how to do it all. Manning and Collins having a little shitty shootout before having a little bit of a fist fight.
Oh.
Pretty shit fight, to be fair.
It was pretty
and
shit.
After
I'll tell you what, just speaking of that fight, them wooden crates, what are they made of? Because they managed to stop bullets quite well.
A lot of stuff stopped bullets in this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Maybe it's a bit silly. But after Manning kills Collins, what's with the slow motion walkaway?
That's a good point, yeah, because they have this big ass, boring ass fight where they shoot each other and then they end up in like a gym area. And then I think Manning pushes him against the gym equipment. And then, like you say, Manning just turns around and does a slow motion walker.
Yeah.
Like he's just won the game or something, or won the lottery of the movie.
And I've got to say, for a wrestler whose whole career was selling a fight, he couldn't sell a punch or throw a punch.
No.
Even when he stood there, he's like...
Even when he was like flipping it about and stuff, he didn't look legit.
No, he looked really bad.
So it turns out that the garbage room is their extraction point for some reason.
Yeah. Well, that's why the van's there, isn't it?
I don't think it's just going out the door they came through.
Yeah, using the cars that they left outside instead of the garbage truck that blew up.
Well, yeah. And then they arrive at the garbage room and they kill the warden straight away because he's no longer needed. They scan the implant and download the information. They have the data and the Seagull squad arrives. And then this is where Seagal walks in with his automatic shotgun, but for some reason has the gun butt on his shoulder above his ear rather than actually on his shoulder.
I was looking on the background. No, is it on that one?
No, and he's like holding it up just all willy-nilly.
Like an RPG, mate.
But then this is where I'm like, Jesus Christ, how many fucking goons are there? Because then another bunch, about 50 goons arrive to fight the Seagull squad. And I'm like, not this many people got out of that compactor.
Nope, really did not. And luckily for Steve Seagal, the automatic shotgun on his shoulder has no recoil.
No. And even, well, it does have a little bit because you get a shot of him and he's going, and he's firing round everywhere like a fucking idiot. And the marshal runs off out the room as soon as the fight breaks out. Yeah. Is it Blake, is it?
This bit was funny as well. So Bradley runs out of ammo during this shootout.
Yeah.
And thinks, I'll sneak around and start coming from behind and fighting them barehanded instead.
To be fair, though,
it looks all right.
That guy can fight. That guy can fight.
He did all right. He had a bit of a martial arts background.
Yeah, I've got that somewhere. Yeah, Marshall runs off as the fight.
Charlotte gets killed by Samantha during the shootout, so she gets a revenge.
Yeah, so she shoves her down, and the woman who kidnapped her goes to shoot her. Charlotte rolls over, or Samantha, well, the Chinese woman's on the floor. She rolls over and shoots, but she's literally shooting to the left.
Right.
She stood there and she shoots over that side, goes bang, 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 and she goes, starts dying. But she's shooting next to her. Fucking idiot.
I'm talking about shooting. Seagal and Blake now have a shootout, which looks like it's in like a changing room from a footballer's.
This is just pointless.
They're both behind. One's behind, looks like a plasterboard wall, and the other one is like a 5mm thick wooden wall. But yet, an automatic shotgun go bang, 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 does not penetrate this wall. Blake's got an assault rifle, does not penetrate the wall. They're both hiding behind it.
It's stupid. I literally put on my notes. They just take it in turns to shoot each other's walls before running out of ammo.
Yeah.
Because they just go, one of them comes out, bang, 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 goes back. The other comes out, bang, bang, bang. And it's like, guys, what are you doing?
Did you notice as well? They ran down there. There was no lasers. But yet there's lasers everywhere now.
Well, what it is Blake runs down the stairs, runs to the end of the changing rooms, realises lasers there, and ends up coming back, and that's when Seagal comes down.
So she must have went through the other stairs then.
I think she went through the other stairs, yeah, because then they have their little shootout, and then they both go, we're out of ammo. Let's have a fist fight, shall we? And it's like...
That's where he fucked up, mate.
He was.
You can't have a fist fight with Seagal.
Yeah.
And he got personally injured. I'm going to throw it out there. Seagal injured this actor.
I think
in real life. It didn't look like he either sold the punches and sold this head getting smashed into the wall as really great acting, or Seagal was just being a cunt and doing it.
Yeah.
And I think it was the latter.
So I think it was as well, to be honest, thinking back on it. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually got them to set up actual mines to throw him through as well. But
I want to make it look realistic as I can. Yeah. See them laser mines over there? Right, okay, there's a claymore to the side of the wall.
Yeah, they're all real. But this is where, just before they do have the little fight, they start stripping off their tack vests because Seagal can't fight in it for some reason. And this is where we find out what was on the chip. So apparently it was $200 million of unaccounted for funds that's just available for anyone to take. So Blake offers to give Seagal half of it if he'll just let him walk out of there. And Seagal goes, I want it all, man. I want that $200 million, man. I could open up a jazz club and, I can call it Sneaky Seagals. And we can sell the best vodka in the world. I'm going on a tangent here. But anyway, so Seagal goes, nah, I don't trust you, mate, but I will beat the shit out of you, and I'll take it. So anyway, they have a fight.
Throws him into the laser.
Blake's
dead.
In between this, so you mentioned that the Seagal squad are running out of ammo. I've just got a few notes on that because the guy with the shotgun is loading them one at a time, shooting, screaming, doing that. Bradley runs round. I really like the spin kick he does at the end of Bradley.
Yeah.
I really like that. He takes out one of the marshals. And then Fields is still alive. He's about to shoot Bradley and is saved by Manning. And then they all start patting each other on the back, saying, "Good job, guys. How many did you kill? I killed 5."
Instead of making sure the area's actually secure.
Yeah. And the other one's like, "Well, I killed 40." And it's like, "But there was only 12." And it's like, "Oh, I don't know. I can't count." And it's like, fucking hell. And then this is funny because I like when Manning goes up to the dead woman on the floor and goes, "God damn, which of you motherfuckers killed my future ex-wife?" Yeah.
Yep, he did. He did do that.
So
I'm
anyway,
surprised he didn't start doing a bit of necrophilia, if I'm being honest.
I think he did, to be honest.
It dragged her off like a caveman later with her hair.
No, this one's mine. You not see him loading him into the truck at the end.
Yeah, I think it was actually.
The thing I don't get right now is, so then in between this, Blake has been killed by the mines.
Yep.
And then it just so happens that the Chinese woman is at the end of the stairs with a big gun. And then all of a sudden, she's now best friends with fucking Seagal because she goes over, gives him the gun, and gives him a hug. And I'm like, hold on. You're his prisoner.
Yep.
He's brought you in here and all stuff like that. And now you're giving him a freaking hug.
Yep.
No, what you need to do, love, is shoot him in the face and run. Don't get close to him. That's when he gets fingery.
Yep. I was actually thinking about giving her the Best Actor award for being able to go over and give him a cuddle.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
You gotta take some balls on it.
You've got to take some balls. Anyway, so then we get to the end.
Next day now, isn't it?
The next day, Seagull Squad are leaving. And then, I hate this bit. Because now they have a conversation and Seagal comes over to him and goes, "Hey, Manny, I need a quick word with you over here, man.
Yeah,
this
happens.
And he goes, "You know what's on this drive? Man, I got $200 million, man. But you know what, man? Because I love you, man. I'm going to give you half, man. I'm going to give you $100 million. What are you going to do with it, man?" And that's when what's his name, Steve Austin goes, "Well, I'm gonna start some. I'm gonna use half of it to pay some debts off, and then I might set up myself a security company and get myself some gadgets and whatnot." And Seagal goes, "Yeah, man, I'm going to take half of my $50 million and give it to St. Jude's in Memphis for some reason. And then I'm going to spend the rest of it on hookers and
looking after my family.
Because
he's such a good guy."
Oh, yeah. And it's like, so you're stealing the $200 million and you're going to give half of it to charity because you're a good guy for some reason, and they're not going to ask where this money come from in the slightest.
No.
You're going to give friends and family, but you don't strike me as the type of person who has friends or family.
Nope.
You don't offer to give any to the Seagull Squad in the slightest.
True.
And then, rather than retiring and moving somewhere, Steve Austin is, "I'm going to start myself a security company, brother." And it's like, what? Why?
You're 100 million, mate. You don't need to start a business.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then he goes, "We're going to meet up for another operation." Why? We're fucking rich.
Oh, by the way, there's a second one.
No, there's not. And he goes, "Remember, man, it ain't over till we're dead, man."
I'm talking about dead, mate. They leave like 50 dead bodies in the jail and drive off into the sunset.
Yeah. They're just like, fuck it, we got our money.
We don't need to clean up the squad, don't worry.
No. And
please don't go ask any questions.
Well, he takes the woman with him as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Fly like a bird with me, baby.
I'm a millionaire now, baby. Why don't you come with me now, baby? I can finally afford you to buy the nice things, baby. I'm going to open up a jazz club, baby. And it's just like, dude, just fuck off. Anyway, the film's over now. Thank fucking Christ. If you've made it this far, thank you. And just remember, we watch these fucking shit films so you don't have to. Now you know what happens. If someone says to you, "Have you seen Maximum Conviction?" You can say, "Actually, yes, I have," and pretend that you have because we've explained the whole film to you.
Yeah.
And the gist of it is, it's shit.
The best thing about this film,
Was the end.
if you're looking for a really good film to watch with a bird or your partner that you don't really like and you want to get rid of them, stick this on.
Yes, that is the only use for this film. If you've got guests over and you want them to leave, put this on and pretend it's the best film you've ever seen in your life and tell them they have to watch it. Every time they pick up the phone, pause it and go, "Are you watching this?"
Yeah, definitely.
And watch them leave.
They will leave pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Or they'll sit there confused thinking, what am I watching?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was like.
I
so bad.
hated every aspect of this film.
Not trying to give out any spoilers for the award section? Because now we are onto the awards.
We do the clip quiz.
Yes, sorry,
Clip
mate.
quiz
I've
results.
actually closed down my notes and closed everything, thinking I've finished. But I've not.
So this will be the result of the clip quiz. If you think you know what it is, please leave a comment below. You can also email us on sixandblowpodcast@gmail.com. Please hit that like and subscribe button. But yeah, please play the clip, man.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator.
This is the wrong clip.
That's the wrong one. Well, it
That's
is
the wrong
Steve
one.
Seagal.
It is the girl.
Private, let me out of here. You follow Krill's orders, you're gonna go to the brig, man. Use your head.
Hey, man.
Go get my pies out of the oven.
Look at my pies on him. Is that Under Siege?
It is Under Siege as
Yeah.
well, yeah.
When he plays a cook, he also happens to be a weapons expert.
Yes. To be fair, Under Siege, the first one, is a really good film.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
not
like
bad.
it.
It's not bad.
But,
Oh,
yeah, okay. Best Actor Award, a.k.a. the King Kong Award.
Yes.
Oh, before we actually give these, I'm going to let you know what they are, because I've not
Oh,
told
yeah,
anybody
yeah.
yet, have we?
Yeah.
So in this part of the show, we give out the awards. We have the Best Actor, Worst Actor, Best Character, Worst Character, Hot Babe Award, 3 things you liked about the film, and your personal rating out of 10, along with where you would place it on our Wall of Fame.
Yeah.
If you want to play along, you can let us know down below in the comments. Contact us on email,
sixandblowpodcast@gmail.com.
or jump into our Discord, and you can play along with all the future films when they are released.
Links in the description below.
That is right.
If
And
you're on
also,
YouTube.
if you jump over to our YouTube page on the community tab, we put in advance like upcoming films that we're going to be reviewing. So if you let us know on that section, for an example, Jingle All the Way, these are my awards for that. So when we come round to film them, we will read your awards out in this section as well.
Yeah. Well, not Jingle All the Way because we've already reviewed that. So.
Example. It's an example.
Yeah.
King Kong Award, aka Best Actor.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That is right.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Michael Pear as Blake.
The Marshal.
Mm.
Yeah, that's who I've got, yeah.
Lead bad guy.
Yeah, the Marshal.
Hey!
Hey, woo! So, the Seagal Award.
Seagal Award, aka the worst actor.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
The Golden Seagull himself.
This is the Golden Seagull Award. This will go to the actor who performed the worst in this.
I think he needs to go to the Seagull himself.
I was going to go for him,
Yeah.
and it's so hard not to go for him. But I think Steve Austin was worse.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Worse than the Whisperer.
At least I can actually understand what the Whisperer was saying. I couldn't understand a word what Austin was saying.
I could understand Austin more than I could the Whisperer.
No, he was just muttering all his words. It's
So
really
was-
bad. It's bad.
Oh,
Both,
no.
they're both terrible, aren't
I
they?
think this is the second time I've nominated Seagal for his own award.
Mm.
Okay, well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one. You know, there's no wrong answers other than
That's
yours. Yeah.
Best character.
Best character. I've gone for Bradley.
Okay, yeah.
Who have you gone for?
I've gone for guard number 2 in the control room who refused to open the gates.
Guard number 2.
Yeah.
That what he's...
Open the gates. No.
Worst character?
Character. I've gone for Seagal.
Ah. Ross. I've gone for the asset woman. Was it Samantha? The Chinese one?
What's that for?
Worst character.
Yeah.
What's that for? Pay attention, Darren.
Sorry, mate. I thought you moved on to the hot babe.
No. Hot babe.
I've gone for Samantha.
I've gone for the Latino woman, the bad woman.
Yeah, that's her, I think.
Yeah, I've gone for her.
I don't think she was Latino.
She looked more Latino than anything else.
No, she was Caucasian.
I think he was just dark rooms. I think she was just dirty. I don't know. I'm not saying Latino people are dirty, look dirty. That came out wrong. I'll shut up now.
Yeah.
But she was fit
Delete that
anyway.
section.
Latino or not, she was fit. 3 things. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go on.
I like the way they don't mess about killing people, like the guard in the control room and
Yep.
the warden later on. I like the scene where Bradley's kicking ass, because that was the only actually bit of action in the whole film that I liked.
Yep.
Especially when he does that spin kick at the end. He looks like he actually pulled it off.
Right, yeah.
And then Manning trying to bang his new ex-wife. Why have I put that? I like when he said, "Which one of you motherfuckers shot my ex-wife?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine?
Yep.
Pretty much the same as yours and pretty much the same fucking order.
Is
but
it?
I've gone for The Guard Who Refused to Open the Gates.
Yeah.
I like the way everything happened with that. I thought it was quite funny. Bradley, when he ran out of ammo, sneaks around doing a bit of fighting.
Yep.
Thought it was quite good. But number 3, I put Seagal's fighting.
You liked it.
I liked Seagal's fighting.
You liked Seagal's fighting.
Yeah, because
Said
it just
no one
reminded me of South Park with Cartman. Not in a good way.
Little shin kicks.
Little shin kicks, mate. That's what I was
shin
just doing.
kick. Shin kicker Seagal.
That's all right.
Shin kicker himself.
Rating out of 10.
3.
3.8 I've gone for.
You gone for 3.8?
Yeah.
I've just gone for dead 3.
Even though this is probably worse than Madam Web, and I give that a 2.
Yeah. It's much. I'd rather watch Madam Web 3 times a day than ever watch this again. Although
Well-
I've got to do the fucking edit, so I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, you will.
Fuck's sake.
3.8 anyway. But I didn't know what the story was about at first until I watched it with subtitles. The dialogue overall,
Yeah.
garbage.
It was stupid, mate. So,
Wall of Fame.
I think this is an easy one.
We'll see.
Skip it.
Yeah.
Skip this now.
Must
Never watch.
be a one to skip.
It's definitely a one to skip. 100%.
What other films does that join?
That joins Men in Black International, American Ninja, Rebel Moon, Twilight, Punisher, Mario Brothers from like the 90s,
Missing in Action, Snakes
This-
on a Plane, The Meg,
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe,
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Double Impact.
We have got a Seagal though in worth a watch, haven't we? We've got Under Siege too. So
Yeah.
you can go and watch any of these as well. They're all available on our YouTube channel and on Spotify, so you can go back and watch some of them.
This is number
Um,
51, isn't it?
This is episode 52, but it's the 51st film we've reviewed because our 50th episode we did as a special. But speaking of which, we are actually, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this big girl over here is getting married. So we are going to be away for 2 weeks.
We will.
We should be back in time for Christmas with our Christmas episodes. So you can join us for them, but we will be taking a 2-week break.
We will be.
And
So,
as I said before, if you
thank
want
you.
to congratulate Darren or make any donations to his wedding fund, you can send the money to me. I promise I will send it to him. But if you want to pass him over any congratulations or anything, please leave a comment below. You can also email us at sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com. And the perfect wedding present for this motherfucker over here would be for you to subscribe to this channel.
that is right.
That would make his day.
It will. It will.
Uh,
I'll be watching next week, see if it goes up.
yeah.
Yeah,
The next time you
in
see
lives.
Darren, he will no longer be a virgin.
No, I'll be a married man.
You will. Oh, bastard. Oh,
For our
bastard.
Christmas ones,
Yeah.
we've got 4 in the run-ins, and we've got to do 2 of them. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. It could be a possibility of Santa with Muscles, Deck the Halls, Reindeer Games, or Christmas with the Cranks.
Yes, we will announce it on the community page beforehand. So obviously you can leave your awards and so on. But yeah, so we'll see you next time, a bit closer to Christmas. And yeah,
Wow, Christmas already.
Jesus.
Scary.
Anyway, we need to wrap this up because I really need a piss.
Take care of yourself, guys.
No
Thanks
worries.
very much.
Take care, guys. See you next
Bye-bye.
time.